Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Shooting the Shit. That's an amazing title, Shaken Not Turd. I love it. Always love seeing that intro and hearing that music. It brings back some great memories from the first season, who our guest tonight was on for one of the episodes. But first, I gotta introduce my other Cinema Squad brother, the only other one that is on at the moment, but we might have some surprises here and there. And here is Anthony from Fever Dreamland Theater.
Hey!
Hey, Anthony, how are you today?
I'm doing very well. I'm so happy to be here, and we've been away for a little while, but we're back, and we're glad to be here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm so happy to be back. And what a better guest, to come back to, a returning guest from last season. You know him. You see him in the comments asking you about Game of Thrones, the Batman, and/or James Bond. And it is Thorpe, Eric Thorpe.
Hey,
What's up?
Here we've got my Batman and my Game of Thrones and James Bond sections.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, so perfect.
I just feel like going through it all, like just start from the upper left and like work our way down.
Yeah,
that's an awesome setup, man. It's really nice.
Oh, thanks.
So cool, Eric. So how are you, Eric?
I'm great. It's feels really good to be back talking with you guys, and also feels good to be over COVID because I had that a few weeks ago. And that was not fun.
Yeah, no.
But,
I had it a while back too. It's rough. It really is rough.
You were saying that your whole family had it, right?
we all had it, and it was rough. We all basically had it at once. It's weird, right? You spend we spent a couple years just being paranoid about everything and washing groceries and just not touching everything, and then after a little while, it's like you start slipping a little bit, and before you know it, everybody's got COVID. But we were all vaccinated and stuff, so I think it didn't. Thank God it didn't hit us as bad as it could have.
Same. Yeah, and I think for me, all it was I went to a wedding, and then that was it.
That did it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough not to have it actually, surprisingly, but or at least that I know of, I guess. Maybe it was mild, and I could have had it. But this man and another friend of the Cinema Squad on the Cinema Squad did have COVID, and it's actually kind of what started Shooting the Shit. And he is in the comments a little bit. We might get a cameo from him. So John says, "Hey guys, so bummed that I'm not there with you all right now, but duty calls. If there's a possibility to join up later for a minute, I shall." All right, John. Yeah, well, we hope we see you, but either way, you have a family. It's important. But yeah, we miss you. But he has.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I already saw it.
All right.
Why is The Batman the most overrated film of 2022? Cite your sources.
It's the most underrated film.
No, yeah, John's just playing. We all in the Cinema Squad loved The Batman. It was really good. A really well made movie. Yeah.
Are there people that say
it's overrated? Some people really don't like it. I've heard. I've seen that's actually why I put it as my most. I actually think if I had to pick my most underrated movie of the year, it would be that.
I thought it was generally liked. I thought it was generally received pretty well overall. But I guess there are.
Yeah, it is. But there's just enough hate that I'd say it's underrated.
Okay. All right.
That's how I'd say.
I will get back to all your questions, but we just want to say hi to everyone real quick. We have Schofield in there. He asked, "Is that Quentin in the thumbnail?" That it's a great thumbnail, great picture.
Yeah, man, that was a badass pose.
Yes. So hey, Schofield, thanks for coming by. As always, you're a huge support.
What's up, Schofield?
Yes,
Schofield.
Then we have the view for Drew with you in here. Hey, Drew. So happy to have you. And again, I'm going to come back to these questions, but we just want to say hi to everyone. Oh, we have Jace's other half, Nassim. Hey, Nassim. So happy to have you here. Looking forward to Jace coming on probably soon. And we have, another one of our Cinema Squad brothers.
Who else is in there?
We cannot heard. I love that. Hey, Shawn. Shawn, it's so good to see you in here. We miss you as well. Oh, we have Miss Cub in here.
Hey,
saying
Jay.
hi to Eric. Hey, Miss Cub. She's in our chats from now and again. Of course, for Eric, right? Eric, that's your friend, right?
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, me and her and another friend have got a party planned for Sunday to watch House of the Dragon.
Oh yes, House of the Dragon. I'm excited for that. The new trailer looked really good.
So you're watching it live and stuff.
And
Nice.
there's been like, I think the first episode has been like not really reviewed, but it's been seen by a few people and like thumbs up, like people are liking it. So we're off to a good start from what I hear.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my other coming to
Hi,
us.
Aries.
Hey, Elise.
Great to have you. John is saying Eric tanned.
It's got
Yeah.
got the COVID tan.
No, I don't know. Actually, I do sit outside a lot, so I do actually I am really tanned. Like,
Oh, and look at the guns.
wait, no, okay, I wasn't even trying to show that. I don't have guns, but okay. Basically, under my shirt, it's a lot more pale.
Same here, man.
All I was trying to show.
John asked, "Did you go to a red wedding?"
And John, you shouldn't even know about that.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Eric Thorpe in the house. Yes, lost in the wheel. Let's see. Oh, we were just talking about that. Eric, are you ready for this Sunday? Yes.
I'm ready. I'm so stoked. It's the one thing in entertainment this year I might possibly like more than the Batman, I think.
Oh wow. Nice.
I don't know.
If I had a nickel for every time a person I saw that says how to Anthony, I'd hit a 5 cents.
So John's just gonna break balls in the comment section all night. So that's pretty much where we're headed.
All right, guys. Before we get to questions, I actually have there's technically 2 skits tonight. You'll see how they're not skits, but they're funny. But you'll see they're more advertisements for like some things that we've had coming out, like our Instagram account, which go subscribe, go follow our Instagram account, and that we just have the rubber duckies up. So I'm actually going to do one of the skits now before we get into questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me get to it.
Hello, I'm Duck Dude. People have called me Duck Dude, Dude Duck, Duck Man, Duck Boy. They've called me everything but my own name. My name is Ruchard, Ruchard. That's my name. You could call me Duck. But anyway, I am here to talk to you about the Rubber Duckies. No, this is not the announcement for the 2nd annual Rubber Duckies. Not yet, but of course we're doing that. But this is to tell you that the 1st annual Rubber Duckies is back on the tube. It was taken down by the tube for reasons we may never know, but we can only assume are the clips of the movies that were definitely played. But we have fixed that, we have rectified it back up to its brilliant state, and it is now on this channel, the official channel of the Cinema Squad. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. There's nothing else. It was just me supposed to be telling you all that. I'm in the process of moving. Things have been a little weird lately, and I haven't felt like I've belonged because I have not had the Rubber Duckies in my life. I am moving in with Dude Bro Michael and his best friend Jason. I'm excited to be moving in with them and moving on with my life until the next Rubber Duckies. I need to find a purpose in life that goes just beyond the annual Rubber Duckies. Annual is good, but annual is only once a year. So please enjoy the 1st annual Rubber Ducky Awards, edited down for your convenience, and so we do not get booted off of YouTube again. Please go check out the 1st annual Rubber Duckies now on the Cinema Squad channel. Make sure you're subscribed and enjoy shooting that dirt. Shit? Shoot shit. Oh, shooting that shit. Quack, quack.
Yeah, he had a lot of fun doing that one. Duckman. Duck Dude, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's very cool, you guys, that you got that back up. I wanted to say thank you, Dan. Also, that's awesome. It's nice that it's back up there, and hopefully it stays up there because YouTube doesn't play around.
Yeah, I hope so. It was so fun to revisit the other night, so many great moments, even though it's not the the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, where the films are fresher. It's still fun just to watch us have banter, to watch what announcers we got, and the amazing announcer videos that everyone put together, including Eric. Everyone put their own spin on it. It was really cool. So definitely go check that out if you haven't, or if you have and you want to revisit some of it. It's on our channel now.
Yeah, and the after show is still there as well. That was fun.
The after show was fun as well.
Yeah.
That
was an especially long night for all of you guys because you did that. How long was that? Like a few hours?
Yeah, that was probably like 6 hours altogether. Yeah, the first one was like 3.5 hours. The Rubber Duckies awards.
And I know some people do live streams away, but I mean, to be fair, that was more of a production and like a rehearsal.
Yeah.
That wasn't just like shooting the shit like where we're just talking.
Yeah,
and even you get worn out after a little while.
Yeah.
At least speaking for myself, I know I do. But
yeah, no, we all put a lot of work in that, and the announcers put a lot of work in that. It was great. I cannot wait for the second annual Rubber Duckies, or as Dude Bird would say, the second anal Rubber Duckies.
Man, I remember seeing like that video you did, and for a long time I didn't know if you were doing that on purpose. And I was like, I was about to say something. I'm like, oh, okay, that's like that.
That's the fun of it, isn't it? That is this on purpose or?
Well, I think Dude Bro accidentally said anal at first, and then I just decided to keep that in.
Gold. That's gold.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into Schofield's question here. How would you rank the MCU films this year? Maybe just for time, we'll just say a couple. Our favorites.
Yeah.
Eric, I think you should go first.
Oh yeah, there's only been 2 this year, right? I mean,
oh yeah, this year. I was thinking of the whole phase. Yeah. Yeah. So there's only been 2. Yeah. So there's only been Doctor Strange and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh boy. Well, I'm out of this one because I didn't get to see Thor just yet. But I can't wait to see what you guys think, though. I'm curious.
Yeah. So Eric, what's your guy? I mean, I know your answer.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the higher end for both of them. Yeah, I don't know. Of the 2, I liked Doctor Strange. I love Doctor Strange. Actually, I know, and I know. I saw Anthony's reaction. You can hear get there.
But again, though, to be fair, I need to finish the movie. I need to be in a better mood. Sit down, all right, and get into it, and just try again. Give it like a fair shot, and I will. So because I know that there was some people who dug it, and there was some people who didn't. I just found I couldn't get to it. But anyway, I'll shut up.
I had almost the opposite response. Like I could see the issues, but I just thought it was like such a fun time. I don't know personally, and I thought, and it just dealt with. I don't know. I think the fact that it dealt with like Wanda and stuff. She's like, she's my favorite character at this point in the MCU, especially now that Tony Stark's like out of the picture. So I think she's like the most interesting character. So whenever she's in it, I'm pretty interested.
And WandaVision was awesome too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you were a fan of that too, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like what basically started my channel basically, and that's how me and Dan like got to know each other. It was like
we both loved.
Like we both like agreed on that show so much, and then everything after WandaVision, we almost nothing we agree on. But yeah, and then Thor, I mean, I can kind of see where people are coming from a bit more, but again, I don't know. I thought it was just such a feel-good kind of fun movie, and it was disappointing for sure. I think it could have been a lot better, but I still, at the end of the day, it's a movie that it made me feel something, so I liked it. So
as far as the disappointment goes, what was the disappointing aspect? Was it just too heavy? Because a lot of people said it was too heavy on the comedy. Was that what did it for you? Just curious.
I mean, that's a factor, and just and Christian Bale was like great as Gore, but yeah, he wasn't like the best MCU villain ever, like Taika Waititi was hyping up. Although apparently a lot was cut out, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I echo a lot of what Eric said, although I like Thor a little better, but I'm kind of disappointed by both of them so far this year. I had fun with Thor, and I had some fun with Doctor Strange, and I liked a lot of the stuff they did. I don't even know what it is, to be honest, because you would think I would love that movie because of Wanda, and I love Wanda, and it's a continuation almost of WandaVision, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I like it enough.
You just got to view it. I don't know. I feel like the best way to view it is like it's that 10th episode of WandaVision. It's a 2-hour series finale.
We don't do math around here, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
But well, here, quick question. Even before we go on to the other question, do you guys want to see sequels? Like, would you want to see like a third Doctor Strange movie? Just curious, and another Thor movie. Like they're not dead to you, these franchises.
No,
like see more.
Oh well, yeah, I think that's pretty obvious for me.
Pretty obvious.
Although with Thor, I will say I like the movie, but I feel like they need to like kind of maybe not go even further in that. Taika Waititi needs to like be reined in a bit. I think.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know if they could bring in another director at this point, but like maybe Kenneth Branagh could come back, because I know that first Thor is getting kind of a lot of love more lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel the same. I felt like they didn't go to enough multiverses to be called Multiverse of Madness. Enough universes, enough anything, and it wasn't that much madness. So that's really what my problem with Doctor Strange was. But no, I get it. I get all the positives. I get the people that love it, and the people that don't like it, I'm understanding of. But we have a surprise here. Or not so much of a surprise, because I said he was going to be on. But we have Jace Burns from Burja Rocar.
Where is he? Hey.
Yo!
What's up, man?
Hey, Jace.
How's it going?
Jace, how are you?
I'm doing swell. Just awfully swell. I'm glad to be here. I don't know if that was breaking up a little bit. It broke up on my end for a quick second. But anyway, happy to be here because it's been an interesting hiatus that we have taken. And it's been too long. It's been too long, everybody. Glad to be back. So also, I just forgot. I like to plug in headphones even if I don't wear them to block the echo. I'm going to do that real quick. But anyways, Eric, what's going on, man? It's been too long since we've gotten a chance to speak kind of in person.
Yeah, man. I need someone else here to defend Multiverse of Madness with me. So you're my guy.
I got you. Yeah. That movie gets too much hate.
Are you guys ready to go to the next question?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, sure.
So Schofield asks, what is a modern movie cliche you're most tired of? Ooh,
Cliche.
Does anyone have any?
Gosh, I'm so afraid to say it.
Oh, then you have to say it. You have to face your fear.
No.
I feel like it's a great question, but I am drawing a blank, so I'm curious to see what you have to say.
Yeah,
This deserves a drink.
I don't know, because I love some cliches. Like it's why you like them. It's why they're cliches, you know. And because a lot of people like them. Yes, there's some that get too tiring. I'm trying to think of.
Well, like the goofy sidekick friend, that's like a bit of a cliche, right? But then I tend to like the goofy sidekick friend, like an Ant-Man, right? Like he had his, like that's another example. That's one example. So that it's definitely a cliche, but if it works, it works. I mean, if it doesn't work, that's where that's where it's a problem.
Yeah, definitely. And horror movies obviously have a lot of cliches, with jump scares that are just random and have nothing to do with anything.
I think we're at a point with jump scares where people are like, oh, no more jump scare. Like it's just seen as sort of what it is. It's cheap. It's cheap. Not saying don't ever do a jump scare, but it's generally a cheap way to get a thrill.
Yeah, especially if they have nothing to do with the story. You know, it's just like a dog walking on the street and barks.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a jump scare tonight. That's gonna get everybody, and you're gonna see how cheap it is.
I feel like one of my all-time favorite jump scares is
What?
Here we go. Jump scare. Totally cheap.
Yeah.
It's lost about 3 viewers on that.
What, Eric, do you have any in mind? Oh, Jace, Jace, you can go.
Yeah, because I wasn't really joking when I said that I'm kind of scared to say mine. Basically, when it comes down to it, I feel like there are more successful versions of this, but sometimes there are also some very non-successful versions. And there's kind of two cliches. One is, oh gosh, I can already hear as far as the obnoxious aftermath of this. The unreasonably unrealistic and unjustifiable Mary Sue-like female characters that are centered on as far as in a lot of stuff. Like, I love the fact that we got a bunch of badass dope chicks doing badass dope stuff. It's like too much, though. It's like that's all it is for a lot of things now. Like, actually, you want to know a good example that I thought was able to tackle it without overdoing it? Prey. Thought Prey was a really good example of trying to put a good spotlight and focus on a female lead without like it just being beaten down our throats as far as what they're trying to do. And the other thing that is a counterpart that seems to always be tied along with it, which is lately they're just obsessed with making like the male characters are always either there for nothing more than goofy comedic relief, or they're just like, or they're the villains. You know what I mean? But it's like men are portrayed as evil, especially, dare I say, like straight white guys, right? It's just like it is how it is. It's a cliche at this point, to where it's like, all right, we get it. Like, enough is enough, though. But you know, it's kind of getting overdone, and it wasn't even really that funny in the first place. But you made your point, and do we gotta keep doing it over and over again?
That's the thing with cliches is, yeah, you see it repeated, and it just never quite ends.
Right. Yeah, that's just some of the moderns. Since it was asking about modern, I've noticed that recently, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, if we go back 20, 30 years, there was a whole different set of cliches that you always saw that now they have died off. So maybe there's a chance that some of the things that are out there now, it'll die off after a while. There won't be your bumbling evil male figure in a movie, or your Mary Sue. I don't know. We'll see.
I just think there's a way to execute both of those ideas well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it just hasn't been for a lot of stuff. That's all.
Good answer, Jace. Yeah. Eric.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, nothing really new, but I generally hate, like, especially in like animated movies, whenever they put like pop music or something in. I can't stand that. Does
it take you out of the moment, or does it pull you out, or is it just like
maybe I just don't like pop music that much. But I mean, I don't know. It just, because I like musicals mostly. Like I like when movies have like original music, like whether it's score or actual like song musical numbers. Like I'm good with all that. That's why I love most Disney movies and stuff. But yeah, if you look at like any like. Yeah, like, I mean, I know it's generic, but like Illumination movies or something, and like it's just like an assault on the senses, I find, when there's like all this pop music going, and it's just like, I just want to turn it off. I couldn't get through Sing. Like, I never got through the first movie. Sorry, I know you love it.
Yes. At least in the case of Sing, it was there's somewhat of a reason for it there. But to be fair, like a lot of the other, especially the kids movies, I have to sit through sometimes. It's just, oh god, we're doing a song again, or we're doing
and there's probably gonna be a bunch of that in Super Pets, I'm guessing. Even though I want to see that because DC. No.
No, they don't really overdo it.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll like Super Pets, man. It's surprisingly good for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the IMDb rating is still actually pretty high. And
if there's anything that cracks me up, it's in I don't know if this is fair to say, like, spoiler, because it's not actually the movie, it's an after credit scene, but still, I guess, right? Spoiler warning, sorry in advance. And if it ruined anything for the film, I wouldn't say this. But there's an after credit scene where Crypto, who is voiced by The Rock, right, is confronted by Black Adam's dog, who I can't remember what his name is, but it's Black Adam's dog, who is also voiced by The Rock. And it's just like they have a little back and forth where they say something to each other, and then it cuts to Superman, and they show only from the back. They show Black Adam walk up and say Superman, and he is also voiced by The Rock.
Yeah, I love but I love little bits like that, and I love when these comic book like one of my favorite DC movies is the Lego Batman movie. I love that movie. I love when they're able to take these characters. You could go either way. You could go serious, or you could go like the comedy route. And when they go to comedy route and it's successful, it's beautiful. I love it. I want to see Super Pets. It looks cute.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those where I was happy and I was equally as disappointed at the same time, because I thought to myself, this is probably the closest we're ever going to get to seeing The Rock's Black Adam up against a Superman.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I didn't catch that scene the first time, but then when I saw it the second time, because I took my brother, I watched it, and that was a good scene. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like what Anthony's saying, like the Lego Batman movie, like that's why Batman's my favorite character, because he can be in like a freaking Lego movie, or he can be in The Dark Knight, or he can be in something in between.
Yeah.
And it always feels like true to the character, and it works, you know? Like no other character is that versatile in fiction.
I can't think of any. Yeah.
Really, the
Batman-
only ones I could say that about are maybe characters that are like extensions of Batman, like Catwoman or Joker, things like that. But it's all because Batman. So that's why I think he's like just the best. So okay, sorry, Batman tangent.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
No, Batman tangents are welcome here. Don't worry about it, man.
Another Schofield question: do you think that too many movies are trying to cash into nostalgia by bringing back old characters? Jurassic World 3, Spider-Man 3, The Flash, and do you think it's becoming its own genre?
That is such a good
question of like nostalgia.
Yeah.
It could be considered maybe like a subgenre of some kind. And yeah, they're doing it a lot, man, a lot. I mean, Ghostbusters is another. Like, as you were reading these off, I started thinking of other examples of how they've recently been doing this, and it's always been kind of a thing that people have done from time to time. But it really seems like recently they are just hinging on the fact we got to bring back old people for this, and I do think maybe it's a bit much. Like, people sometimes like love to poke fun at like, man, they're just remaking everything. Can't they just make original stories? But to be fair, there are original stories just still being made. They're just maybe not as like prominently pushed, you know, as the other ones. Nonetheless, though, this specifically, it's tough. I have mixed emotions. I enjoy seeing it, especially if I know the character or can relate, you know, and I maybe grew up watching it or something. So I don't think it's too much to the point where it's like, stop doing it. But it is kind of something where it's like, you know, maybe you should only do it when it means something, when it feels right, you know. And lately it just feels like, shit, these guys are getting too old. Just hurry up and do this shit before, like, you know what I mean? It's not really for like a purpose that's meaningful to the story. It's just like, okay, everyone else is fucking doing this, so hold on, let's get these guys back.
Yeah. As we're on our way to a brand new Indiana Jones movie. Basically.
Oh gosh.
I'm excited.
Please just be good. Please be good.
I think, that could be my most anticipated movie for next year. I'm not sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm just worried, man. You know.
What's his name? Who's the director? Shit, James Mangold.
Yeah.
He's a really good director.
They're off to a good start with that. Yeah.
I have faith.
Yeah. And I'm with Jace. I love seeing it. I don't know. I love seeing it, but I'm okay that it keeps going. Because I love seeing it for characters, you know, that you love.
I'm okay with it, so.
Yeah, it's fun. Except Jurassic World
3.
But,
well, didn't you say that like the legacy characters were like what was that your favorite part of the movie? Or
I think
even that didn't work for you?
Nah, I don't think that didn't work because that well.
Wow,
the only thing I give him credit on is not so much the inclusion of the legacy characters in Jurassic World Dominion. It was more so I give them a slight bit of credit as to how the legacy characters crossed paths with the new characters. Like, they, instead of just placing them in a room and say like, you've all been in these movies before, so now you're just here. They kind of have like these different paths that eventually just like intersecting at some point. And I mean, anyone could pick it apart a little bit, but I was like, all right, I give you credit for like not trying to be super cheesy of just like, well, it's the last one, so let's go get Alan Grant, I guess. No, like, it's kind of believable as to why he's there.
Yeah. I did like aspects of it. Like, I loved when they all came together, the new cast and the old cast. I thought that was a really good scene. And people are like complaining that they did the shot of all the cast like together too much, because they did it a few times of them backing up. Or I loved it. I liked them all. But yeah, no, I understand the criticisms. Well, obviously, I have the criticisms of the movie, but I understand people had fun with it. It's fine. But I didn't compare to it. It should have been more epic, in an epic conclusion, like it said it was going to be.
Dan, like, as you're saying it, it's okay, it's fine, it's fucking not, and I hate anyone that likes that movie, but you know, it's whatever, it's right, you know, preferences.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah. Eric, do you have anything to add to this one?
Yeah, I think I agree kind of with what you're saying. Like, it's like it can be frustrating a lot of times, but at the same time, when it works, it can be pretty awesome. So it's hard for me to say, oh, I just want them to stop even trying to do that. because I mean, I've been pretty vocal. I kind of want I want like a Batman version of Spider-Man No Way Home with like the last 3 Batmans. I mean, it makes no sense, and I kind of like I agree that it's a terrible idea, but at the same time, I want it. So yeah, I mean, it depends. I don't think I would say it's like its own genre, but yeah, I think basically for me, if it's a franchise I really love, I'm gonna get something out of it, and I might roll my eyes when I go watch the new Scream movie and they're doing all these franchise callbacks just because it's not one I'm invested in. But it would be the same for someone else who might really love the Scream callbacks and then not like a franchise I like. So yeah, it depends.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what's next. Let's see. We have. Is there a movie scene that you think was ruined by bad CGI?
Ooh.
So, for me though, I'll just start. It's I'm very bad at noticing bad CGI, but so I won't really get a scene right now. But I'll see what you guys think. Eric, what do you Is there a scene that comes to mind?
I mean, I don't know. There's nothing like coming to mind right off the bat of like something where the scene was ruined by bad CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe come back to me.
Yeah, definitely. Anthony or Jace, do you guys have anything?
Yeah. Yeah, I got one that popped in my head like immediately because I feel like it is the spitting definition of bad CGI. Like this is like the pinnacle of what the fuck you could. This is the best you could do, and that's gonna be the Scorpion King. And it's like there's what is it? The second Mummy movie or the third Mummy? One of those.
Yeah. I think so.
Where The Rock comes out and he's the Scorpion King, and oh my gosh, go ahead if anyone's watching this right now and you don't know what I mean. Look it up, and you're welcome. I've just provided you a laugh in advance.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I actually haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the still of him.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's bad.
It's even worse when you see it moving. A picture of it is funny enough, but when you see the scene where he's like trying to move and like they try to make him talk, and it's just like, nah. You can tell it's like they clearly wasted the entirety of the budget, and then it was like 2 guys that have never done CGI before, and they're like, I mean, we got to do something. It's just like, oh, fuck.
I mean, this is a trailer, but a lot of people She-Hulk. And yeah, I even noticed that. But I think it's fixed for the show, which I hope. I'm looking forward to the show. I think
it looks a little better on a more recent teaser or trailer. It's still not great, but I think I could deal with it if the show was good enough. I'm kind of curious about the show.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I hope it's good. I hope it's at least fun.
Yeah, I think it has potential. I'll say one, and I think Jace is going to appreciate this one. When the special editions of Star Wars came out, and specifically A New Hope in the cantina scene. There's the famous Greedo versus Han Solo thing, and I want to give context. George Lucas changed it a bit so that Greedo could shoot first, and then Han would shoot him like a second later. And in the original, I think it was 97. Was that when the first round of special editions came out, Jace? Was it 97? Anyway, Harrison Ford.
Either 96 or 97.
Yeah, 97. Sorry, I think 96. Yeah. Anyway, but he does this notorious like head jerk where he goes like this. And it's really weird. It's like his head sort of separates from his body real quick, and then he shoots afterward. So that's the moment that it's bad enough that scene was changed. It never needed to be changed. I'm one of those dorks that's like, leave it alone. But that would be my favorite moment. That would be my least favorite moment. I guess
it does. No, you know what it reminds me of, Anthony? That moment is Quagmire from Family Guy. Like the way he moves his neck, like he almost like he should have just straight up been like, yiggity.
Yeah, I see. I got to do a fan edit of that because that seems perfect. He did a few rounds of work on the Star Wars movies. So later on, I think they shortened that moment, or he made it a little more smoother. But that first one from like 96, and of course there was the Jabba scene that was added in, the Jabba the Hutt scene. That first version of Jabba the Hutt was pretty bad. They tweaked that a bit, but yeah. So those would be a few of my moments.
Yeah. So I did think of one just recently. I've been rewatching, I guess, like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies, which generally those movies have like the absolute best CGI, right? But the third Hobbit movie, most of it still is amazing. But I found it weird. There's like one dwarf character that comes in just in the third movie. I think his name is Dane. So I don't know if you guys remember that character, but he's like for some reason, all the other dwarves, at least as far as I can tell, are just done with like makeup and stuff to give them like their features and everything. But this one dwarf comes in and his face definitely looks like CGI'd. It looks like he's like from the Polar Express or something.
Oh no.
So yeah, I don't know why they did that. I don't know why he was even CGI'd at all. It was really weird. So that'd be mine. Although Lisa threw in one of the big ones in the comments, I noticed. So
let's see.
Was it the Henry Cavill one?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. That.
Yeah, that's how the fuck did we miss that one? Oh,
that's what I thought you were gonna say, Jace. But yeah, Henry Cavill's now.
What happened? I'll take jerky head Han Solo over that weird mouth thing. I think that was that bad. What happened there? What happened?
He was shooting another movie and then.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Do you know the whole story behind that? It's fucking ridiculous.
I know the memes. I know that people have gone in and fixed it and all that stuff. But and I know that I saw it once or twice, and it was like, oh, it looked as bad as what people said.
Well, and the Snyder just doesn't have it in it, so.
Well, that's because the Snyder didn't use he didn't even use any of that footage. All the footage of CGI mustache is Joss Whedon stuff. So
yeah, they didn't even need to do it.
Right. Well, they wanted to do the reshoots with him. But here's the stupidest part. So he had the mustache because he was filming Mission Impossible at the same time. Yeah. And he was contractually obligated, which I find hilarious, contractually obligated to keep this mustache, right? What Warner Brothers offered at the time was, how about you let him shave the mustache and we will pay to do the CGI to digitally add the mustache back for when he goes back to film for you. Right? Like, that's to me is unheard of. That one company was willing to pay for that stuff for another. Maybe that happens more than we know, but I've never really heard that like publicly talked about and stuff. So I was like, damn, right? They went as far as taking existing shots that they had of Superman and adding a mustache on him just to showcase to them. They're like, look at how well we could make it look, right? Mm-hmm. And then whoever the company, I can't remember the company that does Mission Impossible, but they were like, nah, fuck you. So then Warner Brothers had no choice but to like, okay, well, we still want him to come back for the reshoots, but we're just going to have to take the next best step aside from shaving his mustache, which apparently was doing the absolute horrible shit show that they did of making him look. That first scene, I'll never forget being in theaters and seeing that first opening scene of Justice League and wondering to myself, is this a trailer for a game or is this the beginning of the movie? Because it was that weird looking.
Was there a reaction at all? Do you remember? Just curious. Like did people crack up or was it just? Okay.
Yeah,
I remember hearing a lot of audibly confused people.
Yeah, I did too. Okay, this next Schofield question, I really like it. I honestly think we might do a follow-up video as the Cinema Spot. So remember a little bit ago, 8 months ago, I guess, a few of you guys did a live stream on popular movies you haven't seen. Have you gotten to see any of those movies? And have you seen any popular movies? Have you seen any popular movies for the first time this year? I like that question. I don't know, Jace. Maybe we should do a follow-up stream to that stream.
That would be actually a good idea because to be fair, I mean Schofield, yeah, first of all, phenomenal question, and to be totally honest here, and I'm sorry, but yeah, I have not gotten a chance to maybe watch. I actually have to go back and recheck which the movies were that I listed in there, as bad as that sounds.
Bro, me too,
well, and then also I've been trying so much to get caught up with other stuff. Like recently, I just got done with the first season of Westworld because that was, you know what I mean? So not popular movies, but popular shows that I've been meaning to get around to because the fourth season just came out. And so I was like, man, I gotta finally start somewhere. By the way, first season, magnificent.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you like it.
Holy shit, was that a mind fuck of a show and like makes you think that like I went to bed and woke up thinking about that show after I got done with the first season. So
nice.
But yeah, anyway, so that's like
it.
Definitely, man. I'm worried now because I've heard that the second and third season are.
I mean, they're not as good as that one, but I still think they're like kind of overhated. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think season 4 is definitely the second best season. It just finished last night. I saw the finale, and they're still like kind of iffy on if there's going to be a season 5. And the way it ended, I actually thought when it ended last night, I'm like, oh, that's the end of the series. But supposedly there might be a season 5. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, at least at this point, I'll put it this way: it ended on such an interesting and well note that I'm absurdly curious to see where it goes, no matter what the thoughts are. So I'm keeping an open mind, that's for sure, right? And I'll see how it continues. But at least it's off to a phenomenal start, and I highly recommend that.
I'm happy I finally have another friend watching it. I feel like I know so few people that watch it, not just on YouTube, just in general.
Just in general, yeah. No, well, I don't know if it was you, Eric, that said it, like that the current season like picked up and it got a lot better. So I want to get it. I want to go back to it. I was kind of done. After
I mean, do take it with a grain of salt because I like season 3 even more than most people.
Okay,
but I will acknowledge it was definitely my least favorite season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also don't really remember all the movies that I listed in that video. But I do know The Matrix, and I did have watched The Matrix. And I liked it.
Was one that you hadn't seen, The Matrix? That was
yeah.
One that oh, okay.
I liked it. I don't love it as much as everyone does, but I liked it. I saw it in theaters. I saw it in 40X.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think I have a video recorded of that. I have a few videos that have been recorded since I left.
Yeah.
I haven't done like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And
yo, we got blue balls over here waiting for your Jurassic World review.
I know. I don't know. I just
all of YouTube has blue balls right now because of you, Dan.
And as for popular,
relieve them balls, Dan. Relieve them. It reminds me of like if you've seen in South Park when it's just like in South Park where Cartman's like, suck my balls, Mr. Garrison, and then Mr. Garrison's like, present them.
Just this is a follow-up to Schofield's question him answering. I personally saw for the first time Die Hard, Terminator 2, Pan's Labyrinth, Lethal Weapon, and The Host this year. Also saw The Conjuring and John Wick movies for the first time a few days ago.
Damn.
That's a great list right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
No, those are some real great ones to see for the first time. Yo, John Wick, the first John Wick is such a legit great action movie. Plus, Die Hard, see that first one for the first time? Damn. Yeah. Terminator 2 is an amazing sequel. Pan's Labyrinth is trippy as hell. Shawn would literally be nutting right now if he found out that.
Yeah, sometimes when you hear people haven't seen some of these like classic action movies or really anything, it's like, oh, well, you're in for a treat. You know what I mean? Because that's an awesome movie.
Yeah, those are good choices. What's a movie you think has the best action? I thought that said actor at first. I was like, dang. But other action's hard too because there's so many.
You think has the best?
So not the best action movie necessarily, but the movie.
Yeah, so probably the best put together action.
Yeah.
Although I guess it could be an action movie. Fair enough.
Well, no, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm just not saying it doesn't necessarily. The movie overall doesn't have to be the best action movie.
Like even like Back to the Future, right? Has like a lot of like great action in it, I'd say, but it's not. It's definitely not like an action movie per se.
I think Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout had amazing action.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing action set pieces. The John Wick series are really good. I know that I liked Shang-Chi's action, at least in the bus scene and the skyscraper scene. I thought was really well done. I wouldn't put it up there with best action ever, but I just wanted to throw that up.
Yeah, damn, that's tough. It's tough to say, when it's stuff like this. So it's to try and say best overall. That's such a big thing to try and state.
Take some favorites,
Well, so John Wick is definitely up there for myself as well. And I just at least want to say extremely briefly why. And it's because so many action scenes, right? Not movies, but scenes are quick cuts, like very quick edits. So you get the implication of what's happening, but you can't honestly see what's going on. Like if you were to play it in slow motion, you would actually notice that you just see a lot of movement. You don't actually see a lot of hits or contact or whatever the case is, right? So it's all, like I said, implied, and you're able to thankfully pick it up based on the way it's edited, but it's so quick you can't make it out. So long story short, I feel like with John Wick is a perfect example of action where it just lets it play out. You let the actors do a good job at the choreography of the scene. That's good enough. Yeah, you want maybe a few different angles here and there. Sure, there's maybe a few cuts, right? But overall, it's not the editing that is really sweeping you away. It's their actual performance of the action that's taken place. So anyway, that's why at least like that would be probably my top prime example. I don't know, man. I mean, it's tough to say. I default to a lot of superhero movies too. Like I feel like Winter Soldier is a great example of some really, really good action in there. But I mean, I don't know if, again, I'd say that Throw is like best of all time. So those are just a few examples I'll toss in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Eric, do you have any that come to mind right away?
Yeah, there's like so many. I mean, I guess just like, especially whenever, because Jace was like saying, like when there's quick cuts and stuff, that kind of makes it hard to really feel in the action. So, I mean, just whenever any movie I really liked, or movie or even show does like a really long take, like I feel like they keep trying to like outdo other movies more and more with like trying to do some crazy like oneer going on. And so I always really noticed that like the two that come to mind. I mean, obviously, I'm a James Bond fan, so No Time to Die had a pretty awesome, like, well, I think it was like maybe 3 shots stitched together, but it all looked like one shot where he's like going up the staircase and like taking out all the guys. And it's pretty much like, spoiler alert, but James Bond's last stand before he like dies. So, I mean, I don't know, the movie's been out almost a year. So, but honestly, if I had to pick one, like the best action ever shot, I actually like, not even just because it's a favorite of mine, I actually believe the best action ever shot isn't even really in an action movie per se. I'd say the best action ever shot is probably whenever they've done like some battle sequences and stuff in the later seasons of Game of Thrones. Like, I'd say Battle of the Bastards is probably like the best action sequence ever filmed. Not just medieval, but like just like that. Again, there's like that oneer shot where John like falls off his horse, and then there's like horses coming in this way and that way, and then there's guys about to chop them off, and then they get like run over by a horse, and then a horse is and then his legs are flying off, and it's like it's just like it still just like blows my mind just how amazing that show is at certain times. Like, it's better
because you cared about the characters so much, right?
Yeah, it's better than anything I've ever seen on the big screen when that show was at its peak. Like, so yeah, I'd say that Battle of the Bastards, that's what I would say is like the best action ever filmed, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that is a
beautifully shot action scene. That was really, really well. Like, you honestly feel the intensity in the moment for that scene because of from actually a lot of different moments, from the way specifically that it's shot. So like in other words, it's not just what's happening in the moment of the scene, but I do feel like that's a perfect example of that the way that it's directed and edited together, that helps you feel the like, oh my God, what the hell's happening at the moment? Like, anything could happen. There's like 2 or 3 moments in that episode where it's like, wow, dude, Jon Snow's gonna die right now. Like, this is it. Like, this is how he dies.
Yeah, and you just like, even if you think about it story wise, it's like, okay, they can't kill him again.
Yeah,
well, true. I did get that feeling, for a little
but no, that's the thing. At the time when it aired, no, I agree. Like, that was the magic of that show. I always like was scared for every character, even if in hindsight you can kind of see like, okay, they wouldn't have killed them at this point, but like when you're watching it felt like they could.
Yeah,
well, because up until that point, that's exactly how it was. You know what I mean? Up until that moment, like those moments, everyone else that you would not have expected to die when they died at those moments. So like, I would not have been surprised in the slightest if they would have killed them off at those moments. But like I said, whether they did or not, I don't know, because this is not a Game of Thrones stream, and I'm not trying to ruin everything for anybody. So maybe he did die right then and there. Maybe he did.
But
no, I'm not sorry. We didn't give anything away.
So we said Jace Nassim is in the chat. We said hi to her before you came on, but I just wanted to put her up there again.
I saw her literally. It was perfect timing. Saw her right before I came in here to do this.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I was like, hey, I'm sorry, but I got to go. And she was like, you have things to do. And I was like, how do you know? She's like, I saw social media. That's not at all how the conversation went. It was just more like, hey, they're starting shooting the shit. She's like, didn't it start like a few minutes ago? I'm like, it did. Thanks. And she's like, I'll see you on there. I'm like, cool. Love you.
I don't know. I kind of just like this one because I do think Jaws 2 is underrated. I think it's actually not as amazing as the first one at all, but it's a pretty good sequel, I think. Jace, have you seen it?
Yo, fuck Jaws 2. I'm just joking. I'm sorry.
That was a jump scare.
Yeah, I saw it. I couldn't tell if you were just playing with it or not. No, I actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that I've seen Jaws 2, but it falls in the category of it's been so long that if I put it on, it would feel like a brand new movie. I don't think I really remember anything of it other than not liking it as much as the first one, I guess. That's all.
Which is understandable. It's a lot of the same beats as if I remember, but I remember actually thinking it was okay. I have not seen 3 or 4 yet, but I'm still gonna watch them even though I know they're not the best. I like bad shark movies even, so I love.
What?
Yay!
All right, we had a shark thing in this.
That was great.
Very appropriate.
Eric, have you seen?
I haven't seen any of the sequels. I've just seen the first one.
Do you like the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Would you watch the first one whilst in water?
Probably not.
Because dude, there's places, and I say this like there's not any near me, so I don't know where these are, but I have heard that there are places that will play the movie on a projector like in a lake. So like you'll be in, like you could be in the water, whether it's on a boat or like just chilling with some floaties or whatever, and then watch Jaws. And I'm like, that is what, like, I don't know. To me, that's worse than watching a horror movie in a haunted house or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Maybe in a pool. That's about
Jaws? Yeah, in a pool.
That's all right. I'd still be honestly probably a little like, this pool's a bit deep, man.
Jaws is coming back.
You got sharks in here?
Jaws is coming back to theaters in September.
Is it an anniversary
and 3D for the first time.
Oh, so they're converting it, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's IMAX or 3D or like IMAX and 3D, or you could pick which one you want to do. But because ET's out in IMAX right now, and then it's gonna. So I'm gonna be seeing like, I think I told Eric the other day, 4 or 5 Steven Spielberg movies, classics, in theaters this year because I saw Indiana Jones, the first one, Jurassic Park 1, and I'll see Jaws, and I just saw E.T.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because
Spielberg didn't do the sequel though, right? It was directed by someone else.
He didn't do Jaws 2, no.
He definitely didn't touch the sequel.
He did, but he did do this one, this sequel. Do you like the Lost World Jurassic Park?
You know, I remember seeing that in the movies like twice, and I did like it back in the day, and then like on a repeat view, and I was like, So I definitely don't hate the movie. You guys get like that with some movies? You ever see it, and then like you revisit it 5-10 years later, and you're like, it doesn't hold up as well? Okay.
Yeah. This is a random pick for that question, but she's the man with Amanda Bynes. I don't know if you. When I watched that, it's
what?
It's a remake of another one, one of the dudes or something, or one of the guys. And it's about a girl that wants to be on a soccer team, but her soccer team was canceled. She goes as her twin brother to his school or something to be on the soccer team. The dialogue is just so easy though now, and I used to like it, but yeah, no, I don't know. But for the Lost World, I do like it. I actually like at least a little bit most of the Jurassic. Even I like some things about Dominion, but I like most of the Jurassic Park just because they're dinosaurs. Yeah, I don't know. I like it.
I'm not really against you because like then there's the 3rd Jurassic Park movie that gets a bunch of hate, and like I don't hate that movie. That's all. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a great movie, but I don't hate that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the 3rd one, but Lost World, like I think it's pretty like kind of general opinion that nothing comes close to the first one. But if I had to rank the sequels, I don't know. I might put Lost World as my favorite. I mean, I think just the fact that it's still the only one directed by Spielberg after the first gives it like some kind of, I don't know, it just gives it a little something that the other ones after don't have. I think just seeing the T-Rex like in the 3rd, I know some people don't like the 3rd act, but I think that's actually one of the really cool parts of it. Where I
like the 3rd act.
Bring it back to the mainland. I mean, I think that feels like actually like some real classic Spielberg kind of stuff.
Yeah. It also feels like a throwback to maybe like old B movies or something.
Yeah, like King Kong or Godzilla.
Yeah. And there's a great action scene in that movie as well. We were talking about action earlier. The whole bit in the bus with is it Julianne Moore who's in that one?
Yeah.
And the bus gets flipped over the cliff, and then she's on the glass.
Yeah.
That's all awesome stuff. It's high suspense. That's some great choreography. That's all really good stuff.
I think it has like great sequences. I just think the actual story is a little kind of muddled.
Yeah.
The sequences, exactly. Yeah, those are definitely the highlights of the movie. Absolutely, yeah. And Jeff Goldblum was actually really cool.
I think also the fact that it's like, I mean, Ian Malcolm, I think, is probably my favorite character in that franchise. So, the fact that he's like the main character is cool. Even if the his daughter doing the gymnastic kick on the raptor, I just like.
Which I don't hate as much.
I mean, it's kind of so. I mean, but it's that's the one thing about that movie. Every time I think, I'm like, oh.
Dan, tell me if you agree with this. I feel that The Lost World does a better job of focusing on the attempt at cohabitation between dinosaurs and people than Dominion does.
I mean, I love the third act of Lost World, but at the same time, I kind of wish it was a different movie, and it should have been in the Dominion, but it wasn't. But Dominion was just, I agree.
And I say that lightly because Dominion did focus on it for like the first 15 minutes, and then it was like, all right, so fuck that shit. We're going to go over here and talk about bugs now.
I'll take Dominion over Jurassic Park 3, personally. But
absolutely not. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I also respectfully disagree. I'd watch Jurassic Park 3 like 3 fucking times before I watch Dominion again.
You know what would be fun? Actually, like a ranking video with you guys, like, and we go back and forth and stuff. That would actually be cool because I think it would be a little all over the place, but still fun to go over.
All right, ready? Pivot time. It's no longer shooting the shit. It's a ranking video. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ranking shit. We're doing this.
Shooting the ranking of the
shooting the dirt. Shooting the dirt.
Ranking of everything. All the things. We're ranking all the things.
Ranking turds, so shaken, not turd.
Okay, last question. I really like this question, so I wanted to put it up. What is your favorite movie poster? Or some of your favorite?
Keep the questions coming, man. What's up with the last?
Yeah, no, he has awesome questions. Anything Drew Struzan to me is like awesome. But favorite? That's a tough question because there's been a lot of favorite movie posters. I mean, there's been a lot of awesome movie posters over the years.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the Star Wars ones take the cake for me. You know what I mean? I just feel like I think Star Wars did something which was set the iconic character poses for the poster. Like, you know, where it like shows someone's head and big in the background and shows everyone like in different stances, all pieced together. Correct me if I'm wrong, keep me honest here, but were they not like the first to do that or one of the first to do that? I could be so wrong. Maybe they were just the first ones that like made it iconic or something like that, or maybe it's just the first I remember. But I would say them because of that. I always I associate that almost like the pyramid looking setup for movie posters with characters and how they're like shown and stuff like that. That I feel like has been used a lot since.
Yeah. There's a lot of great horror movie posters too. The original Friday the 13th movies. The original Friday the 13th had this great outline of the killer, and then within that you had like this image of like the campers. That always creeped me out even as a kid, but it's just such an iconic image. But yeah, I would overall go with the Star Wars. Oh, and RoboCop. I would throw in there. RoboCop is a pretty badass poster with him getting out of the car. I mean, so that's one of my favorites still.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I always would have answers to these questions, but when you're asked, I blink out.
I hate that so much. The whole year you're talking about shit that you want, and then at the end of the year, someone's like, "What you want for Christmas?" And you're like, "Things."
And the Nightmare on Elm Street poster, I love that for the original movie. I mean, I would go all out on horror for movie posters because I'm a bit of a horror guy.
I mean, for me, I'd probably go all out on Batman because
it's some great posters.
I mean, the two that like those are the ones that come to mind at least. Like especially two certain posters that kind of fit together, from one from Batman Begins and one from The Dark Knight. They're both like this like shot like looking up. Like, you know, there's the one of Batman Begins where you're looking up at him gliding over and like kind of in the silhouette with his wings spanned out. And then there's like the one from The Dark Knight kind of mirroring that, except instead of gliding, he's like flying through the sky on the bat pod.
Yeah.
So I mean, those come to mind, kind of.
Yeah. All of the promos for all of Christopher Nolan's Batman movies were always great, especially for the Dark Knight, like all of the Joker stuff and why so serious. I love that whole promotional thing with the Batman movies.
I love the one from Rises where it's like the very first teaser posters. Oh, sorry, Jace. Like where you just see the broken mask. You just see like the broken Batman mask and like Bane standing in the distance. That's one of my favorites too. Yeah. I remember seeing that like in the theater one day. Like I didn't. It was like before things showed up on the internet so early, and I was waiting for that movie forever. Like I've said many times, that was my most anticipated movie ever because The Dark Knight was my favorite movie ever, and it just felt like the longest time waiting for that movie. And then I was just at the theater one day and I saw that poster and I'm just like, it just said "The Legend Ends." Okay, I'm done.
No, good. Those were good answers, though. Yeah, the Batman ones are really awesome.
That was a good question, man.
Yeah.
Jace, what were you gonna say too? You were gonna say something, Jace?
Oh, I was simply just agreeing because Anthony, when you brought up about the Joker ones with the Dark Knight, it just instantly brought back this flood of memories. Because to be fair, I actually feel bad now, and not to steal an answer, but I would probably like immediately rechange my answer to that one just because of the fact of it. I have so much of an attachment with that. That was like a huge thing for me when that movie came out, as I'm sure a lot of people, right? And those posters, man, even that build up to it, I've never been so drawn in, and really just like encapsulated by everything they're trying to advertise, other than when they were doing the advertisement for that movie.
They did like crazy advertising campaigns for Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, I think too, but especially the Dark Knight. Like you can still go and find like different websites they have from like back in 2008, like or even before, like leading up to it. And I think they had like scavenger hunts where you could like call numbers and like get recruited by the Joker. Yeah, it was like weird. Like it's stuff I don't think they would do now. I think that would like cause controversy now almost. But like, you can like go and like look on like the GCPD website or something that was like made for that movie. And I wanted to like read through everything just because I'm a Batman fan, but even I couldn't do it. There's just like files and files and files of like crime reports and everything that they made up just to advertise that movie. It's crazy.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do one more question from the chat, and then we're gonna get into the question of the day.
Sweet.
So this is just gonna be let's just do a fire round. You don't really have to explain, but like, what Marvel character would you love to see in Lego Movie?
Oh.
All right, so let me explain.
You can if you want.
No, I'm just joking. Ooh, like so a Lego Movie focused on one Marvel character, not like an Avengers movie. Well, okay, but to be fair, like Lego Batman was just a Lego Batman movie, but they still had the Justice League. So in that regard, if it was to be like that, like a Lego Iron Man could be hilarious in that regard then, or a Lego Captain America.
Yeah. If it was like a Lego Batman, I would go with Wolverine. I feel like that would be fun.
Lego Doctor Strange and let him do the real multiverse of madness, even though I like the movie a lot, but Eric, who are you holding up?
Oh, I got Iron Man, got
nice.
Cap.
And Cap. All right, nice.
Got Thor, got Wanda.
Oh wow.
Got Black Panther, and Ant-Man.
There you go.
Oh yeah, Eric.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're all gonna get.
I got Batman.
I got Batman.
And I got Wolverine.
Fuck.
Well, man, I saw that at the store the other day. I almost bought that. Anthony.
Which? Oh, this one? Yeah. This is for my son. Yeah.
Okay. But do you got Gandalf the Grey?
Nice. Awesome.
I got. Well, okay. Not really Lego, but this is like some rip-off Lego Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
I guess Lego doesn't make R-rated content stuff, so they had to use Mega Blocks or something.
Oh.
Dan's about to kill us because he's gonna open up like a briefcase of like these collector pops. Like, check this out, guys. It's like a light's gonna shine out of it from like
Darth Vader.
I got some Darth Vaders.
That look like Kylo Ren. Is that Kylo Ren?
Nah, bruh. No, hold on.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
that-
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah, that's Darth Vader. I do have like I have Darth Vader.
Awesome. I love it.
I have like so much Lego upstairs, but yeah, I just had this Avengers set that I bought like last summer, just like on a whim. So I still have it all like put together, just right up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
But,
okay. Are you guys
Oh,
ready?
wait. No, I'm not. Wait.
No, I got some more Legos. Hold on. No, okay.
Damn it. Wait. All right,
Yes.
go ahead. Go for it. No, start.
Are you ready, Jace?
No, maybe. Kinda. Do it. Go ahead.
Okay. So here is. Let's see what the question of the day is. Yay!
Okay. That's a good one.
Yes, that's a really good one. So yes, Eric, Eric, you're the special guest. Do you feel comfortable enough starting us out?
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's probably like so many I'm gonna think of, but okay, one that comes to mind. Just I think there was at least 2 times during the Pierce Brosnan era of James Bond movies where they were gonna do spin-offs about the Bond girl. So like Michelle Yeoh's character in Tomorrow Never Dies, Wei Lin, was almost gonna have her own movie, and then believe it or not, Halle Berry's character Jinx from Die Another Day was almost gonna have her own movie. And it's not even like those were my favorite characters, but I've always been curious, like, what would it have looked like if they did try to expand the James Bond universe beyond James Bond. And like that's probably something they're still thinking about now in the wake of like all these universe kind of spanning franchises. And that's like one of the last few left that's really just focused on one character still. So maybe just something along those lines, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know, but I like the franchise the way it went too. So that's my first thought.
That's a really good answer. Those would be cool. Yeah, it's I know the creators though, right? They didn't want that. They don't want really TV shows. They want it to stay on Bond, right?
I mean, that's what they've said lately. That was a long time ago. That was like late 90s, early 2000s. But just the fact that it's not like, yeah, but it's interesting, I think, because it's not like, I guess, like that's only become a question now because of like Marvel and all that stuff. Like that has been a thing they've been thinking of, like back to like the Pierce Brosnan ones even. So
Nice.
I don't know, maybe just my curious side is like, what would that have looked like?
Yeah,
And
that's a good answer.
what would a movie set in the James Bond universe be like that's not a James Bond movie? Because we've still never got that, surprisingly, honestly. Maybe for the better, maybe not. I don't know.
Do you think James Bond would have still made an appearance? Or would it maybe been like a backstory before they met up with James Bond?
I feel like no. I don't think he would have, just because of like if they were made then, back when they were like meant to be made, they might have been like, you know how like if they're made now, maybe something like that would happen because it's all about connecting things now.
Yeah.
But back then, I could see it just like barely being tied to it, and just like the Wei Lin movie just being some like martial arts movie or something set, maybe like a nod or something. But I feel like back then it wouldn't have been as much of a concern if they were actually made to like include such obvious connections like it is now. That's my guess, at least.
Yeah, that's a good point, because especially James Bond's character, he doesn't really see the Bond girls again after he sees them in that movie, you know.
Hey, if you watch From Russia with Love, there's actually sort of a side Bond girl comes back from Dr. No. So
yeah, oh really cool.
I
liked her. I liked Dr. No.
No, not Honey Rider. The very first Bond girl, like the very first one.
Yeah. That
he says James Bond to in like the first scene.
Yeah.
Like opens Dr. No. She also opens From Russia with Love, basically.
Okay. So. That's a good good answer. Just quickly, kind of, what do you think of the Batgirl news though? Like,
I'm conflicted. I mean, if it's as bad as they say, and they're just like trying to like not put out another Suicide Squad 2016 or Justice League 2017, then I can see where they're coming from, because DC doesn't need another one of those. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, it makes me like, I don't think it's the case, but I know some people are like literally worried about everything being canceled at Warner Brothers right now, and I think that's probably not the case though. Like I think that one was just sort of a weird. I don't want The Flash to be canceled. I know that's maybe a hot take, but I'm so curious just what that movie is going to be. Even if it's bad, I'm like that one. I'm just so curious. I want to see now.
Yeah, I hear it's good. I mean, it's getting good.
That's what, and all the more reason. So, but as far as the Batgirl thing, I'm not. I almost honestly before that happened, I sort of forgot that was a thing even. So I feel like it's getting more attention now by being canceled than it might have if it actually did just come out and went on HBO Max or something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my answer, I think, to this question would be, well, first of all, for the Batgirl stuff, I do feel bad for the cast and crew behind and in front of the camera that worked so hard on this. But I kind of see it both ways. I see if you're against it, I see if you're for it. Because you got to think, a business standpoint, I could see what Warner Brothers was thinking, kind of. And I know Jace is going to probably have a live stream about this at some point, about DC stuff, WB stuff, which he better get on. No, I'm excited for it. But yeah, no, at the same time, though, you got to do, I don't know, it sucks because they worked so hard on it for so long. It would be different if it was like a movie that didn't get worked on at all, or maybe just got cast or something. But even if you cast like Leslie Grace, if she got cast as Batgirl and then it got canceled, even that'd be pretty sad as well. But as for projects that I would have liked to see, would be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4. I just want to see more Tobey Maguire, and even Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3, I would have liked to see, even though Spider-Man 2 was a little mixed bag and it was a little, I
thought you liked Spider-Man 2 though Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Yes, I think, I don't know, on this last rewatch, I think I have it ranked that way, but I might change that. Spider-Man 3, the thing it has going for it is the nostalgia for me, because I loved it.
Yeah, honestly, I like Spider-Man 3. I don't know. It's
I like it.
Pretty good ending to the trilogy, even though it wasn't meant to be apparently, but I think it actually ends things pretty well. I don't know.
It does wrap things up. I've learned to appreciate that movie a lot more over the years. But Spider-Man 4 would be my answer for this. But yeah, I've learned to originally I think I always wanted a Spider-Man 4 mostly because I was like, I didn't like Spider-Man 3. I didn't like how they wrapped it up. But since I've learned to appreciate that one a bit more, now it was more like I would have liked to have seen more in that universe with Tobey Maguire. That's really what that's about, because it looked like they were ready to go. They were moving forward with it, and it all just went bad, and then that was it. That's kind of sad. I think it also would have been interesting maybe to see like another Ghostbusters movie. I was a fan of Afterlife, but for a lot of years it seemed like Ghostbusters 3 was going to happen. It was going to happen, but it just didn't quite happen. So I'm curious what it would have looked like if we would have gotten a third Ghostbusters movie in I don't know, 95 or 96. That might have been interesting.
Yeah.
So those would be some of my answers. And it seemed like that was going to happen for a little while. I think one of the scripts was like the Ghostbusters go to hell or something like that. I don't know. I'm curious about that to see like what that would have been. Those would be some of my answers.
Yeah, those are good answers. I'd be interested in seeing all those as well. Jace, what comes to your mind with all this?
Yeah, it's another superhero related one. So back in the I'm trying to find as far as what the year was specifically, but Justice League Mortal.
Oh yeah, Army Hammer, right? Was gonna be Batman.
Yeah, dude, they had the entire cast.
Yeah.
So George Miller was the writer and director, from what I understand.
I remember following that. Bummer.
Yeah, man. So they had the entire cast was Army Hammer as Batman. Which obviously would be interesting as far as now, not some,
I know,
weird.
Just imagine though, that would have been just, I don't know, it would have made things worse now. That would have been one more of their superheroes.
I know. It seems it just seems like Warner Brothers has a knack of finding actors and actresses that have weird, deep, dark, messed up histories of some kind that don't come to light until after they've cast them. But anyway, so yeah, there was
something in the news lately with the DC.
I think, I don't know. Anyway, they had Army Hammer as Batman. They had DJ Catrona. Apologies if I pronounce any of these names wrong. DJ Catrona as Superman. Megan Gale as Wonder Woman. Teresa Palmer as Talia al Ghul. Common was going to be So the rapper Common was going to be Green Lantern John Stewart. Adam Brody was going to be the Flash. Jay Baruchel as Maxwell Lord. Hugh Keys Byrne as Martian Manhunter. And then Santiago Cabrera as Aquaman. So it was like the whole thing was cast and set up. And yeah. And it was like a stacked cast for at the time. Script, I believe, was fully ready to go. They had gotten to the point where they were doing like getting people in their suits, you know. So the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken, out there somewhere in the depths of the internet are like pictures of some of these people in the test screen, and not test screenings, but like the suits for when they were trying on the suits and stuff. Yeah. I believe. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, not to say like I think it was going to be anything amazing. It's not even that. It's just more so it would have been cool to see it. And I feel like that's my similar thoughts with Batgirl, which, I mean, Dan, you are right. I am by all means. I appreciate the kick in the ass there. I'm going to be doing like a stream almost entirely dedicated to that, but also kind of the state of the DCEU. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just one of those where I feel bad because even if it wasn't the greatest of movies, I don't see what the purpose is of like just not putting it out at this point. Like, there's a lot of reasons that have been given. Well, maybe it wasn't as on par with what they want to put out. It's not the quality of what they want to be shown now. They don't want people to judge their universe based on that film. I don't feel like any of those responses hold any water. I really don't. And that's just my personal opinion here, but here's why. It's because so the fuck what? You've already put out shitty movies before. That clearly didn't stop you. And it also, and here's the other thing. It didn't, you can't sit there and say, we're not going to put out this movie because I'm afraid that we're going to lose fans over it. Motherfucker, you lost fans already from people like movies ago. But here's the thing though, like, but there's also no guarantee that is or isn't going to happen. Like, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, you don't know for sure. And here's the other thing. You don't know.
Well, there are safer bets though. Some things are a safer bet.
Yeah, sure. But even then, but even then, it's just to say, like, even if you don't like the film, like, I don't like Suicide Squad at all. Did that stop me from watching The Suicide Squad? No, you bet your sweet ass it didn't.
I think it did stop a lot of other people, though.
But I don't.
Well, then they missed out on a good movie. I'm sorry.
No. When you look at the numbers, The Suicide Squad performed better, much better, if I'm not mistaken, than Suicide Squad.
No, The Suicide Squad bombed. Yeah.
As far as in direct comparison to the first one?
Oh, yeah, the first one did well.
Okay, then we can start taking into consideration about COVID and how that must with everything, because of the fact that, like, I didn't go to the theaters to watch the Suicide Squad. I just saw it on HBO Max at home. I still stand by this point though. But I don't feel
like a lot of DC movies bomb now.
And I don't feel that trying to gauge the performance of their movies later on has anything to do with people's interpretation of past movies. I just don't. Like, to me, that's an actual nonsense thing to say. Like, at the end of the day, because The Suicide Squad didn't perform as well as Suicide Squad for the original one, I don't feel like deals with the fact that people, well, I didn't like the original Suicide Squad, so fuck the second one. And maybe you had some people, but you can't sit here and just outright say, no, we lost the audience because the first one didn't perform well. You also can't say people are not going to watch the DC movies now because that one movie didn't perform well. Here's my other big thing. You're clearly in the process of resetting this universe. So what the fuck does it even matter? Just put it out. It's already done. You don't even know what's going on anymore. Just literally just drop something for the sake of dropping something. Yeah, it's going to make no sense in some regards. But like, it's so what almost. You are so fucking down the rabbit hole and have dug yourself into a bit of a grave here. That's just like, you think it's easier to call it a tax write-off than to actually just release it. Do you realize how fucking discouraging that is? That then now they're just thinking it's making more sense to basically just consider it a tax write-off for the business, aka let's have some of the taxpayers just pay off some of this debt here instead of release the movie and let people even see what it may have been. I mean, the movie itself may not be good, but who's to say that the performances within them weren't enjoyable? Who's to say that people wouldn't have liked Leslie Grace's Batgirl enough to want her back as Batgirl when the DCEU gets rebooted? So I just feel like, obviously, I got a lot of things prepared to say here, so I won't go on and on and on and keep this a tangent, but to bring it to a close, it's a very weird move. No matter what their plans are for the future, it's a very weird move. And the reasoning that they have given behind it, though I respect what they're trying to do forward, this was before you. Like David Zaslav, the guy who is in charge of stuff now, he's like, yeah, this movie is not up to par of what we want to do now. That's fine, but you had nothing to do with this movie. And I'm not saying just look past it and what, but I don't think it's going to harm you as much as you think it is by putting it out. You've already harmed yourselves a lot, whether it was intentional or not, with other things that are going on. This is not as detrimental, I believe, is what they maybe thought. And that's me saying from a completely outside perspective, having no insight into what the movie actually looked like. So I could be so fucking wrong here. It's not even funny.
Jeez.
There's that.
All right.
I mean, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
It would have to be another stream.
Yeah,
for
no,
me,
that's why
for me to go, because then we're just gonna keep going back and forth, you know.
I want to see.
Yeah, I'd love to join my stream when I got it.
I want to see Nick Cage as Superman. That's what I want.
Oh, Superman Lives.
Yes. Am I the only one who's still curious about that one? Jason, a lighter note, would you like to see Nick Cage as Superman? Just curious.
On a lighter note, what, Jesus Christ, was that a deeper note because I wanted to take that serious for a moment?
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you too.
No, yeah. No, I mean,
feel
like,
bad too. whenever I dip in on DC, I want them to be successful, and I feel so bad. Like I clearly you follow all of this, so it sucks that they don't quite have it together in so many respects.
dude, that's
So
not,
I
that's
understand
without
where
me even getting into the Michael Keaton aspect of it. I feel so
Yeah.
fucking bad for Michael Keaton
I
right
know,
now. Dude is he's filmed, not even talked or gotten he's filmed scenes for 3 movies now, 2 of which are not being shown. Batgirl, canceled. He filmed scenes for that. It was done deal. He was in that movie. Aquaman 2, he was going to be in there. Done deal. Took him out, replaced him with Ben Affleck because they switched the order of the Flash and Aquaman now. So it wouldn't make sense for Michael Keaton to be in there. But there's 2 movies down the drain that he shot scenes for. You have Michael Keaton back as Batman, and then it's just all being pissed down the drain. And then the third one that he's filmed stuff for, The Flash, is completely like up in the air right now. Eric, I'm on your side, man. I still want the movie to come out. I really do. At the end of the day, there's too much else that's going into that movie. It's like the linchpin of DC's universe right now. It needs to come out realistically. But it's a weird situation though, and it's a shitty thing to have to think like, damn, dude, if they did, odd case scenario, if they did just can this movie entirely, that's 3. Bro, you might as well tell Michael Keaton, I'm sorry, man. Like, just go ahead and just dip out. We don't need you anymore. Like, we're just doing something. What is going on at this point?
Yeah. No, I totally hear. And as a hardcore Michael Keaton fan, I freaking saw Batman in the theater way back in the day. So that news alone got me interested. Like, oh my God, we have Michael Keaton back. So it sucks to see it come so close to happening, and now it's just all falling apart. It's brutal. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely brutal. But
yeah, I guess even though like I didn't think the idea of Michael Keaton coming in being the main Batman of the DCU, I didn't think that made any sense. But I still wanted to see him. I still wanted to see him like come in and like as like through the multiverse, like like because really like what they did with Spider-Man. That's why I've been saying with Batman. Again, it's another conversation if you can actually come up with a good story reason for something like that to happen with Batman. But Batman's the only other kind of superhero in live action that has that kind of rich of a filmic history that you could bring in other versions that would get people excited, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah,
agreed.
On an unrelated note, I would also have liked Scooby-Doo 3, the live action Scooby-Doo 3.
That's a lighter note.
I really would have. It would have been so cool.
What about a Batman live action Scooby-Doo crossover?
Yeah, there you go.
Because they did a cartoon.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
I remember being in the theaters, like, and seeing it when I was a kid. I forget what the movie was, but seeing a trailer for the live action Scooby-Doo, and it was like
it was Batman.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember, ironically, at the time, I mean, I didn't like go see a live action Batman movie in theaters till The Dark Knight. So at the time I was like, oh, looks too intense for me. It's Batman. But then I saw Scooby Doo, and then I went to the theater and saw Scooby Doo, and I had to leave. I was too scared.
So we went in the theater with my brothers and stuff, and that teaser trailer played it. They were like Batman, and I was like, no, it's Scooby Doo. I didn't even know, but I just was like, no, it's Scooby Doo, and it was Scooby Doo. Anthony, do you remember that teaser? You probably don't care.
No, but I'll have to look it up later.
Because silhouette is like Batman.
It was like Scooby Doo silhouette. It was going through like a house that maybe would be Bruce Wayne's house.
Yeah,
and then it went up to a window, and you see a silhouette of Scooby Doo's ears.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make it, and the dialogue is like trying to make you think it's Batman, and that it's Scooby Doo. It was really funny.
I love stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, this was kind of a shorter question of the day, right? I mean, does anyone else have anything else? We don't need to. No, it's fine. It's fine. I thought it was going to be a shorter question. I even thought it was going to be shorter.
I mean, honestly, I want almost anything related to any of the stuff that kind of most of us are interested in. I mean, I want to see all of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I want to see Batgirl. I don't care. I'm
curious, as long as it's not. It's weird because anything DC, I'm usually like, I love DC and Marvel, but I think I am in the minority and a bit more on the DC side. But anything other than the CW, every now and then I try to pick that up, and I'm like, that's like the worst thing I've ever seen. Every time it baffles me every time I go back to it, and then I remember why I don't go back to it for months.
At least you give it a try, right? You know.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the one DC area I won't defend. I used to like it, but then there was a certain point something clicked, and I'm like, oh no, this is no good.
Yeah. I never got into the CW. I watched a few episodes of the Arrow show. It wasn't bad, but
you're better off.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna ever get in. All right, so with that, I think we end question of the day. Although we're gonna wait for Jace to get back for the skit, because we have that one more skit.
All right.
That I think everyone will really enjoy. So just closing thoughts. I think this was a good question.
Yeah.
I think we've had good questions all this whole season. I love the question of the day stuff.
I was racking my brain trying to think what it might be, because I'm like, oh, usually it's tied to like some movie coming out in the next week, and I'm like, there's like nothing for a while.
I know.
But yeah.
We could have done fall. Have you ever climbed up a 2,000 foot? No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you seen have you seen the trailer for fall? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday at Bullet Train. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was okay. But yeah, when Jace gets back, which he said 1 minute.
I see him peeking in there.
I know.
No, he's not ready yet. I wanted to say there was one funny comment from Lisa. She said, what did she say? Nick Cage in tights and underpants. Yes, please.
Nick Cage.
I mean, I
think it was in relation to when we were talking about Superman earlier.
The reason I was thinking of Nick Fury.
Yeah, Lisa says Nick Cage. I think we put up something from Lisa earlier, but we never said hi to her. Hi, Lisa.
Oh yeah, hey,
Lisa.
Better late than never. That's okay.
Yeah, no. It's all right. So now, Jace, are you ready for shooting the skit? Let's see. It's time for shooting the skit. I don't know if I was supposed to do music with that, but okay.
We should just do like mouth me music.
All right, yeah, let's do it. Everyone does some acapella stuff. All right,
all right.
3.
Bomb.
All right,
brilliant.
So Jace, Jace, did you have a chance? Did you watch the one from earlier or no? I had a 2 skits
with the duck guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I still want to rewatch it, but I caught a decent chunk of it.
All right. So we had the Duckman, and now we have another skit. Let's see what we have here.
So, dude bro here. I'm here to talk to you about a gram. Not a gram of cocaine. A gram of Insta. I just got on Instagram, and I know what you may be thinking. It's totes my goats what I was thinking, brah. I was thinking, you know, getting lit one night, wanted to make an Instagram. I thought that it meant that you could just instantly get a gram of whatever you want. Anything. But that's not what it means, man. For some reason, it's just full of, you know, pictures, videos, and shit. But yeah, bruh. I don't know, bruh. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, I made one. I know Dan has always had one. I know Lost in the Reels, you know, Shawn has always had one, bruh. John from Man of Movies has always had one. Jace from Burja, Rocar. Jace from Burja. Don't know how to pronounce it, man. Don't know Hunger Games characters. Anyway, of course, Anthony's had one from Fever Dreamland Theater. Of course, Joe from GeekyHiJynx has always had one, bruh. Broseph the Joseph. They've had one, and I was like, eh. I mean, yeah, they're cool. They chill. They chillin'. They jive chillin'. I didn't really want to get an Instagram with them. Yeah, I know. You would be like, whoa, why doesn't Dude Bro already have an Instagram? He's awesome. He would kill it on there. He would kill it on there, bruh. And yeah, I would. But I just didn't get one, man. But when I found out that the Cinema Squad now has their own Instagram. Right up on Instagram now, bruh. Don't spell that like I did. DOHT. Anyway, I was spelling out dot. So thus dot cinema dot squad. You don't do that, bro. You just do THE dot CINEMA dot SQUAD. And then you can follow all my homies in one account. It's awesome, bro. I mean, follow them too separately. I follow them now. Cinema Squad, they have a lot of shit. A lot of cool stuff going on there. Definitely follow them. Get on the gram. Not that kind of gram, man. Not that kind of gram. I've tried it. It was fun. It was fun, bro. It was fun. But bro, don't do it. Don't do it, ma. Anyway, Instagram can't get you that. Go to Instagram, bro. I got one. I wanted to pick Dude Bro 69, man, but that shit was taken. So anyway, I got the Dude Bro, all one word. That little underscore, I think it's called. TUD. TUD stands for the Upside Down. I had to represent. Yeah, brah, so just go follow me. Go follow the Cinema Squad, the official Cinema Squad account. Make sure you subscribe to them on the tube, bruh. All the links or whatever will be down in the description below. Subscribe, like, follow, whatever it's called, man. Because when you need a gram instantly, it's Instagram. I gotta go get some za, bruh. Peace.
That was
So
the
yes.
best ad for the Cinema Squad ever.
So wait, are we selling drugs now, or are we not selling?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Very, very good there. Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell Dude Bro, because I'm not the same person as Dude Bro. But anyway.
No, Dude Bro. I mean, yeah. Let him know for me. Let him know.
Well, you can now. He's on Instagram now. So
I blocked him. I'm sorry, but let him know.
Yeah.
Just handle it.
Jace and all right. So now we got question of the day down. I really like this question, and I know Eric hinted this at us at some point about we were in some chat and he asked this, right? Do you think the MonsterVerse is better franchise than the DCEU?
No. Doesn't
mean quality of the movies themselves, but the way the franchise is structured and set up.
I hate when people ask it like that.
Because I almost think yes, structured and shut up. Structured wise,
I guess I don't know. It's okay. So I mean, do you guys want to go first, or
no, Eric?
Please, Eric. Yeah.
I mean, like yes and no, but like I feel like the DCU wasn't structured that badly to begin with. Sure, it was like different from Marvel, and I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, they're just rushing. But I thought the way they were doing it was actually unique at first, and I thought like their approach with like following Man of Steel up with Batman v Superman was actually kind of, despite that movie having some issues, I thought I would go so far as to say it was kind of inspired the way they were going about it. And then I don't know. I think it's just sort of, it's gotten a bit repetitive how they're like kind of keep on seeming like they're resetting. So in that way, yes, but I don't initially know. So yes and no. So, okay. I just kind of avoided answering there.
No, I get what you mean. And it's hard because when you like a franchise more, it's hard to go against it. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. One is like, just so like
yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, at least the DCU has movies that like make me feel something.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. As for
Yeah, that's not the question. I know.
no, it's okay. For the DCEU, yeah. Hey, Jace.
I have no idea what happened, by the way. Like, literally, it was towards the end of the skit, and all of a sudden, an arrow was just like, oops, something went wrong. And I thought the whole stream ended.
Oh, no, thank God, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, anyway, happy to be back.
Yes. I don't know. So, Eric, the way I think DCU should have structured it, I know this basically is Marvel. They should have done a Superman movie, Man of Steel, Batman movie, maybe. Maybe the Wonder Woman movie before, and then BVS, and then go on. I think that they should have done that. I don't know. I think structurally, though, yes, I think the MonsterVerse is kind of structured better, but I don't think they have better movies for the most part.
I think now that we have the Snyder Cut, you can at least, if you want to, I know they're not really split into phases, but if you go back and insert that movie where the shitty Justice League movie is, and you see how they built up to that, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we had Wonder Woman before that movie. And
yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of like the fact that they were trying to like take the approach to the universe as if it was really just a Superman franchise almost.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, it makes sense to like Batman shows up, and I don't know, maybe because in my head I could like have my own headcanon. Like, I have that video about where it's the same Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy, even though I know it's not. But like, it honestly, continuity wise, nothing really contradicts the Dark Knight trilogy still in the DCU. Like, it's just like missing a movie in between. That's what my video is on. But
what about the Robin stuff?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, no, because like, okay, take it like this, right? Like, so like John Blake from The Dark Knight Rises, right? They have that little tease, always Robin, and then you don't know whether he's going to be Robin or Batman, right? At the end of the movie, then say he goes off and is Robin or Batman or something. Then the Joker, who's still very much alive from The Dark Knight, even though we don't see him in The Dark Knight Rises, could kill him, and that's what makes Batman who's like in Italy with Catwoman, be like, oh my God, I need to go back to Gotham, and I'm going to be angry now because they killed Robin.
But does that mean you're asking me to accept that Jared Leto's Joker is the same Joker as Heath Ledger's Joker?
Okay. Let's just look at this from BVS's.
Let's just wait now. Let's just hold up.
Okay, the Suicide Squad, you don't even need to worry about that one. But
he's not only in Suicide Squad.
He's in the Snyder Cut, like in one scene. Okay, I'm just saying though. Okay, that's a different matter. But like, I'm just saying, there's no actual like characters that are dead from the Dark Knight trilogy that have appeared in the DCU so far, and like, and so far, Robin's name, like, they've never actually said the name of Robin. So for all we know, it could be John Blake. Like, they never said Dick Grayson or anything. I've checked. They've never said anything like that.
That's
so like,
true.
I'm just saying. So it kind of fits, and that would be a good motivation, I think, for Batman to come out of retirement and be all angry. So it's just missing like a movie in between, you know. And again, aside from the fact the Dark Knight trilogy is grounded in reality and stuff, you know, more than the DCU. But okay, maybe that's why I enjoy Batman v Superman more. I don't know. I just add all this backstory.
So then, you know, same thing. So then Michael Caine is now. Wow. Why am I drawing a blank?
Jeremy Irons, yeah.
Jeremy Irons. So that's the same. It's the same guy.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh yeah. Why not?
So, Anthony, have you seen all 4 movies in the MonsterVerse? And what's your take on this question? Oh, you have not seen.
I'm just gonna pick on the DCEU for a little bit, just to, but not too bad. Not too bad. Here's my biggest issue with just the structure of what they did with DC, with the DC movies, was just killing off Superman so quickly before we get to know him. It just felt like that was always like a hang up of mine. I mean, it felt like that movie tried to cram in so much. Like, I can credit them on one point. It was a very ambitious plan. Eric said that he liked the plan. I agree that it was a very ambitious plan. It just didn't work out. And that's the problem. You have like a really ambitious, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. and it doesn't work, it's a bigger failure. That's
for me though, that movie mostly does work for me. I don't know.
Does work. All right, so
Even I know, but to be fair, like I fully acknowledge I'm in the minority on that. But like for me, the only two, but like it's not like I'll defend any DC movie though, because Suicide Squad 2016 really don't like. That movie I think didn't work because it's just like a total mess. Yeah. Batman v Superman I think is a flawed movie, but I think still a very watchable, pretty well thought out mostly movie.
It's just it can't. I mean, it's just like we're instantly supposed to care about Wonder Woman because she's Wonder Woman. We're instantly supposed to care about this newly introduced Batman just because he's Batman. And I did come to like these characters, but not at that point. It was asking a lot up front. It was sort of mashing in Frank Miller's classic Dark Knight story. It was trying so much. And again, I credit the movie for being so ambitious.
But I guess, sorry.
No, that's about it. I was just.
Oh yeah, I was just.
That's my issue with just the whole structure, because everything after that seemed to sort of fall apart and seemed to sort of be like very hit and miss. Like I'm actually a fan of the Joker movie, but that's my point. We end up getting these standalone movies that I honestly don't think we would have gotten if
I mean, but that's the thing though. Like but those standalone movies have been so good. I don't know. I
like them anyway. So it worked out sort of.
At the end of the day, I guess
what are you gonna do?
I guess I think I'm viewing it from like I just don't like the fact that everyone feels like because Marvel did it this one way, like that's how you're supposed to do it.
That's the template.
And like I think the way the DC movies at least started out was almost more like a normal way to approach a film franchise, like where you don't have like 3 or 4 movies building up just for one character or something, like most movies, like, yeah, you are supposed to get invested in a character over the course of one movie. I don't know. That's not crazy. I don't think, you know what I mean? Or,
I mean, it's not impossible. So, I mean, if you look at the old X-Men movies, we didn't get, a movie about Storm and a movie about Wolverine. They just threw all the X-Men in and that was it. So it's not impossible. And it didn't have to be, the Marvel route.
Yeah. And I think the way that, like, I think Batman v Superman is if you have to pick one character, I'd say it's mostly a Batman movie.
Yeah.
And so I think they do a pretty good job of that being Batman's introduction. And Superman, we already have backstory. And Wonder Woman, I don't know, she's just a spice on top of it all. We'll get to her later. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
No, I agree. I'll kind of like throw in just a brief moment that I don't at all disagree with Eric's kind of perspective here, in the sense of I think that it would have been, or could, let's emphasize on that word, could have been okay if they just jumped straight into a Justice League movie. And I know plenty of people would sit there and be like, that's ridiculous. The fuck do you think Justice League Mortal was going to be? Right? We were just talking about that movie a little bit ago. That's literally what their intention was. And at the end of the day, is it maybe the most ideal, right? After seeing the way that Marvel went about it and realizing how successful that was, is it the most ideal? Who knows? That was clearly the most ideal route for Marvel. Does it guarantee that's the most ideal route for DC? Again, it could work. I would totally see that working, but I don't see it as necessary. I also do think that it's possible to just kind of dive into things. It's not unrealistic to just introduce characters. Like anyone who complains about Wonder Woman being in Batman vs Superman, or even Batman being in Batman vs Superman, dude, they just introduced Spider-Man and Black Panther in Captain America Civil War like it was no big deal, and did it super successfully and made it enjoyable, right? Like there was no origin for those characters. There was no backstory that had to be given. It was just, here you go. Here's Spider-Man. Here's Black Panther. Both of them, dude. Both just dropped in the MCU in a Captain America movie. So,
yeah, and I was just going to say, I mean, Black Panther, I guess, is a different case, but he wasn't as popular of a character as like Spider-Man or Batman. But Spider-Man and Batman, it's pretty much the exact same reason why they didn't get solo movies going in, is because they're the two characters that already had so many movies previously. So everyone's like, we don't need another one. People know these characters.
You guys remember the criticism at the time when Civil War came out? People were saying, well, it's really an Avengers movie. Like there were people who were saying it was basically like an Avengers movie. I know it's like, I don't know. To me, it was just like it's good. I don't care. You could call it whatever you want. You want to call it Avengers 3? That's fine. I liked it anyway.
Yeah,
it's Avengers 2.5, but it's a very well Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean that's what Marvel's. That's what people like about Marvel, though, is that their movies are like kind of seamless, where they do kind of all feel the same in some ways, like in a good way.
Yeah. So before No Way Home, I actually still wanted a Spider-Man origin with Tom Holland, but then after No Way Home, it's like his whole trilogy is his origin story. So I thought that was really cool because he's kind of back at his beginning. You know, no one knows him and he just has his suit.
Yeah,
that movie definitely I think made the whole Tom Holland trilogy more rewarding.
Yeah. But I'm someone I want origin stories of people. I don't know. I
just feel like Batman v Superman, because it is such a. I mean, I know people call it a bloated movie, which it kind of is, but I like it because I like most of what I'm getting. You get kind of it's a whole it's. I mean, until the Snyder cut, it was kind of Zack Snyder's magnum opus, right? You know, you have the 3-hour cut, and it's it starts out with it does give you that brief kind of retelling of Bruce Wayne's origin, and that's actually probably the biggest hole in my continuity thing is seeing the parents' murder play out again, but a bit differently. That's the biggest problem. So, but that scene's amazing. I love that. I don't know. I've had a good time.
That is a bigger problem than Heath Ledger becoming Jared Leto.
Well, because recasting is just a thing that happens. That's what I've been trying to explain to people.
Different thing, though.
But I'm just saying, that's what's been frustrating me with this whole Ezra Miller thing. Is it's just release the movie and then recast him in the next one. It's not that big of a deal.
I think that might be the way to go. Yeah,
that's what they did with the Hulk between the first movie and the Avengers. And did anyone really care? Because it's not like they were recasting Robert Downey Jr. It's just it wasn't the same thing. Yeah. So, I don't know. Ezra Miller is not like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, so it doesn't matter. Just get someone that looks like him for the next movie. No one will care. He's not even. It's not like he's Batman or Superman even. So, I don't know.
You don't even need someone that looks like him.
Yeah.
Tell me Mark Ruffalo looks like Edward Norton.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You don't even need a multiversal kind of. People are saying oh, we need to bring in some other Flash from another universe to explain why it's a different actor, and I'm like, you're way overcomplicating it.
Overthinking, yeah. It's a recast, I guess.
Even the old Batman movies, say what you will about them, but the 4 older Batman movies, right?
Yeah.
Val Kilmer is supposedly the same,
meant to be the same
Batman as Michael Keaton, right?
We don't just see dead characters like the Joker show up again randomly. It's supposed to all be the same timeline.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. That's a thing. And to be fair, Batman Forever, it's definitely a worse movie, but it was more financially successful than Batman Returns. So it's not like nobody went to see it because they recast Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Wait, kind of to come back to MonsterVerse. Anthony, have you seen any?
I haven't talked about the MonsterVerse at all. I'm sorry.
I know. Anthony, have you seen?
Wait, no, I'm just seeing some filthy stuff in our comment section right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to block it, but it's.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
It's still coming through. If anyone could help.
Anthony,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you seen any MonsterVerse movies?
No, I don't even think so. So that's why I can't even. That's why I'm just gonna.
I will say, Kong Skull Island's actually good. I think it's actually good.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm thinking of something else. Yes.
Yeah, MonsterVerse is King Kong, Godzilla.
Yeah. You can insert an error message over my face when we re-release this.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. I think I might stick with the DC, and I think that I think I might go with it in that case. The Monster Universe, or the MonsterVerse, I should say. I don't know. It feels very separate. It feels very disjointed. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It's not like the characters from the first Godzilla movie that was the first one it started. Actually, yeah, okay, that's a good reason why I would say maybe it's not necessarily more well structured. I mean, regardless of my opinions on which one's better, it's not like we ever saw Aaron Taylor Johnson or Elizabeth Olsen's characters from the first movie ever again.
Yeah.
They're just gone, and then it's so I mean, they've kind of restarted it in a way as well in their own ways. because like I mean, it's still not like the MCU where like it started with Iron Man and it's ending with Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the newest Planet of the Apes movies, they have a different cast in all 3 movies. Yet those feel so connected and it feels so well structured to me. That's like an example of like such an awesome trilogy. I love that. But yeah, so I don't know. I would say that's to come. So I get the question a little answered a little more accurately. I think I would put DC above MonsterVerse.
Yeah.
I'd say MonsterVerse is the structure is simpler. I don't know if that means it's better.
It's also most DC movies, like most of the DC movies, are better than most of the MonsterVerse movies are just okay at best.
Literally, yeah. I mean, every DC movie, I would say, other than Suicide Squad and Justice League 2017, every other one is better than probably any of the MonsterVerse movies, for my money. I know not everyone would agree.
No, I would agree on that too. Yeah.
Jace, what do you think? Actually, or should we move on? Why did you move on to the next one?
First, or not really?
Well, no, it's. I guess all I'll say real quick is I actually probably would give a little bit of the upper hand to the MonsterVerse here in the sense of like and it's tough, man. I'm not saying I like it or prefer it more, but if you were to just strictly argue structured better, I mean, it's kind of hard to deny that they have not had a dozen projects announced then not gone through with. But to be fair, here's the thing though. They also don't have such a wide array to focus on. It's, you know what I mean? It's Godzilla, it's King Kong, and then the few monsters that are mixed in between that are like depicted either as villains or possibly allies. But it's not like DC where you have hero upon hero upon hero upon hero that you want to introduce. So in that regard, I don't hold it against DC, and I feel like it makes it a little bit harder of a comparison to put the two side by side. So that, you know, like I will leave that as it is, and then just leave my final comment as with what has come out, it's kind of hard to ignore that. Yeah, the structure behind the MonsterVerse, at least they have a collectively cohesive cinematic universe where, you know, DC, it kind of feels like unless you saw the other people pop up in each other's movies, it'd be hard to tell they even took place in the same universe.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a familiarity for me, but
yeah, I think
I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm leaning toward it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like, okay, better franchise, no, but is it more well structured? I'll give you a sure.
Oh, sorry.
It's an interesting comparison, that's for sure.
And the sure is all I'll take because exactly right. It's a tough one to compare.
It is, but not better franchise. I'd rather see a DC movie. I have fun with the God.
Yeah, and I'm a monster. I'm an old school monster guy, but I think I would stick with a DC movie.
Anthony, have you seen do you watch the old ones then? The old Godzillas and the old
No, I grew up on a lot of those. I mean, some of them are a little fuzzy in my head, but I grew up on a lot of those. So there's a lot of nostalgia there. As far as the newer ones go, they've been hit and miss. You know, Kong versus Godzilla was okay. It was fine.
Liked it. It was
adequate. The action sequences were amazing. I loved it, and that's really what I came for with that movie. That's why I think I reviewed that, and I think I gave it like 3 or something like that. So I did like it. I did enjoy it. It was good for what it was.
I gave it, and I would take this down. I gave it an 8 out of 10 the first time. Shawn and I did
like an 8.5. I swear.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, Shawn and I were reviewing it together. And I think it was just because the action scenes were so fun, and for the most part, we weren't used to that before this. Like, we thought Godzilla King of Monsters would have been some amazing movie, and it was not. It was boring as all heck. Mm-hmm. And so then I think getting that in Godzilla vs. Kong, at least just the action scenes, were really fun. So that's probably why I gave it such a high score. But no, I would not now. Even though I do like it. I saw it in theaters, actually. It was fun in theaters. It was a cool theater experience.
Oh, that was... Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say that was like when... That was in full lockdown here, and it was one of the movies I remember paying to rent for 2 days on VOD.
Oh wow! It came to HBO Max here. You don't have you guys don't.
Yeah, we had to pay for those ones, except the Snyder cut because it wasn't theatrical. It just came straight to Crave. But
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, guys, I might have to make I like this discussion. I might have to make like a separate STS highlight video off of it.
Do it.
I like this question. Jace, this is the trailer we were talking about the other day. I don't know if you ever watched it. are you excited for the horror movie Barbarian starring Bill Skarsgård and Justice Long? I am excited for it.
Let's react to it right now.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's good. It's a good trailer, but Jason and I were like picking apart. I mean, horror cliches again, like we were talking about earlier. Why the girl would even. So what it's about is a girl gets an Airbnb and she shows up to her Airbnb at night, and there's a guy there, and he also says that I think he has something's up with him, but he says he also has the Airbnb. You want to just stay here with me, and you can have the room. There's a lock on the door. Don't worry. And she does it. So, and then like there's a scene like she's going into the basement. Not only is she going into a basement, she's going into some trap door down there. And so yes, I am excited for it. I love Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård's the creepy guy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because I love Pennywise.
That sounds great.
Yes. So I am excited for it, but yeah, there's gonna be some.
Who's Justin Long playing in it then?
I don't remember him in the trailer, so I don't know. I knew he's in it, but I don't remember him in the trailer. But no, it looks pretty good. Jace, I don't know if you were serious about reacting to it right now.
What? Let's do it. Wouldn't that be kind of live trailer reaction?
Yeah. How can I get that up though?
So you and Jace have seen it, but Anthony hasn't seen it.
Jace
No, I haven't seen it, but I'd have to check it out. If we check it out live, that's fine with me. Are we gonna get hit with a stupid copyright thing?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Probably better not to. I don't know.
I don't know. It depends if they care about that movie enough. Do the copyright gods care about that movie enough?
I don't know. It's not even necessarily like the biggest movies that they're like most stingy about. It's.
I don't know. It's from the producers of it.
You know what can stop the copyright say, and I just want to throw this in there in case we actually do want to do it or consider it for like later on. If you either, and this is obviously like shitty, take the audio away, which of course, right, ruins the process. So the next best thing is you can stop it. Like if you pause it every 15, 20 seconds or so, it usually avoids any copyright shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's chopped up and stuff like that. That makes sense. Yeah.
So I'd say at least something to consider. Doesn't mean we have to right now. Because to be fair, no, I have yet to still see the trailer. But Dan and I were talking about it when he explained it to me, because I was just basically bringing up about how obnoxiously stupid that is. I was like, you going to tell me she stayed? Like that right there automatically makes it unrealistic and just a good horror movie setting, sure. But it was like, how would you not immediately say like, bullshit, you rented this place the same time that I did. Show me some sort of proof that you also rented this. Because then Dan was mentioning that the guy offered, but you can stay in a room. You can stay in this bedroom, and this bedroom has a lock on the door. Motherfucker, that makes me feel more creeped out at this point. Are you kidding me? Like, what is making you feel, oh, you can have the room with the lock on it? Why? I mean, like, yeah, that's like, I'd rather have that, but why are you specifically pointing that out? Are you somehow insinuating that I need the lock on my door? Like, it's weird. It's like that adds to the level of creepiness, even though I'm sure he was probably trying to say it to nah, he's a creep. I'm going to hold it down.
Also, Bill Skarsgård, no offense, and maybe it's just because he played Pennywise. Bill Skarsgård looks like a creep. I'm not going to even lie. And I love him, but it might be because he played Pennywise. I love Pennywise. And then like she's at the door before she comes in, and he's like, look at this neighborhood out there, you won't survive or something like that, you don't want to be out there alone. And I'm like, well, how did she get here? Can't she just go back to wherever her car is and drive away? I don't know how she got there, but I was like, no, don't stay there,
I mean, it depends, man. Like, is it meant to be taken? Is it horror comedy? Is it
no?
If it's meant to be taken seriously and you're throwing in really dumb stuff, then it makes it difficult. You're making it difficult for me to take it seriously.
It's pretty horror, no.
It's almost like weird to me. Bill Skarsgård, with like as big as he is, he's still like in movies like that I haven't even like heard. Like it's one thing like. I know there's some movies I'm not interested in, but I literally haven't even. I don't think I've heard of this one.
Barbarian, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it still.
I just can't get over how I feel like I look straight at that guy and be like, "Thank you, but
you're suspect."
Yes.
We have a few suspect people in our comment section too. I'm noticing. If you guys are noticing that too. Woo! Interesting.
Yes, definitely.
Oh wait, did I successfully get rid of it though?
Oh no, I think you blocked the one thing. That's good. But then there's some other stuff going on that I'll have to look at later.
Oh, thank
Easier
you.
than I anticipated.
Thank you, Schofield. YouTube was jealous that they can't make a video as good as the Rubber Ducky Awards. That's why they took it down.
That's right.
Yes.
Not just YouTube, though. Everybody was jealous. They were like, "Fuck, these kids are amazing."
We are good though. I want chest hair like Dan. Oh, thank you. That's Duckman though. That's not me, but okay. Duckman's shirtless and he has the yellow blazer. I wanted to braid Dan's chest hair.
Yeah, we have a whole series of chest hair questions here.
Question
Oh,
for
I
you
wish
guys.
they were here.
I know, lost in the reels. So, if you could pick a franchise or beloved movie that you would want to be adapted into a TV series, what would it be? Ooh, so I think this kind of counts. I wanted Jurassic World, like a TV series, a live action TV series about us coexisting with dinosaurs. Because at this point, I don't know if they can make a movie about it because they didn't. I mean, they did. They thought they did. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of want a live action Jurassic World series about them surviving, just living with dinosaurs. Do you guys? Yeah, Jace. What comes to mind for you?
It's one that you and I have discussed before, so I can't take like full credit for it because I remember you initiating the idea. I heavily agree with it. I feel like the Fantastic Beasts would be the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, right? As far as like, I think that would work way better as an HBO Max or just a series in general, and then have it where the whole Grindelwald and Dumbledore story are their own movies. Like, have that be the movies, and you could still have, like we've mentioned in our conversations, like Newt Scamander could still pop up in the movies for sure if he plays a part. But the whole storyline or just like concept behind Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I think would be like much better as just a series, like an episodic series where he goes to different interesting places, is put into like unique circumstances, and needs to save another Fantastic Beast.
Yeah. Definitely, it'd be so awesome. And and if maybe the Grindelwald thing, for all we know, works better as a TV series, that could be another TV series, not even the movie series. I don't think it does though. I think it would have worked better with movies because I don't think it's working that much so far. They've just been.
Dan wants a series of the summer that Grindelwald and Dumbledore fell in love.
I do, but it's fine. And I just in general, now I'm afraid to say this now because Marvel's overdoing it, I think, with the shows. But I used to be like, oh, I want a Harry Potter show about this Wizarding World stuff. Not even have to do with Harry Potter or any of the characters that are in Harry Potter. Just Wizarding World stuff. It could be on the other side of the country, other side of the world. I just want more shows in this world. And I come up with a lot of ideas for them. That'd be good. But I'm nervous I'd get Harry Potter fatigue. But I don't know. But yeah, Eric, what franchise or beloved movie?
I mean, not gonna surprise anyone, but I mean, just because there hasn't been any, I mean, maybe like some James Bond kind of TV show. Just because I think there's some really terrible animated kid show from the 90s, James Bond Jr., but that doesn't count.
Was that bad? Was it?
Well, yeah, I saw a bit on YouTube. Like it was, it was hilariously bad, but I mean, yeah, maybe something like, I have similar reservations though, sort of like what Dan has with Harry Potter, where I'm like maybe I want that, but if I got it, would I want it? Or I don't know, because I'm thinking maybe if they did it, maybe something like, because I haven't read these ones, but there are like, I know they've made like books, like official books of like James Bond when he's younger and stuff. And again, this is different than that. The James Bond Jr. show is not even James Bond when he's younger. It's like about James Bond's nephew or something.
Oh.
So, anyway, so if they made like a show about him when he's younger, because there's even some comics I've read about him like when he's growing up, I think that could actually be pretty cool because we've still never really gotten like Casino Royale. They kind of call an origin story, but it's more like it's his first mission, but it's not really an origin story. I think that could work cool as a show. But then even that, I'm like, oh, but is that going to be like the James Bond version of Gotham, which is like my least favorite Batman thing ever? So I don't know. It would have to like not be shit like Gotham. So. And I've watched all of Gotham. Like I watched it all, and it's terrible.
Do you wait? Actually, just there's one part of it that I'm curious what your thoughts are. Which is
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. The Cameron Monaghan
yeah, he's one of the best parts of the show. I still feel like I think he does a good job, but at the end of the day, I still get like similar vibes I got with Barry Keoghan's Joker and the new Batman just in the scene. Honestly,
Jace hates Barry Keoghan's.
I do. Honestly, me too. As much as I love the Batman, I'm like, the more I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's the one thing. It's like, why is that in there? The rest of the movie is like perfect. And they just like, why did they have to kill my hope of like there being an awesome Joker to go with all this in the first movie?
Right? Oh my god!
Like, they did such a good job of giving us a whole brand new standalone Batman franchise, but then the Joker's just like, oh, okay, that's, I mean, better than Jared Leto, I guess, but what's that saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Honestly, the way I would like them to do, if they continue with that version of the Joker, the only way I could see him being interesting is if they do a really different spin on him, like what's it called? Like if you play the Telltale Batman games, what they do with the Joker in that would be a really interesting way to go with even this Joker, since I think it's not really clear that he's necessarily fully the Joker yet, right? They haven't called him the Joker or anything. He's just really scarred and looks messed up.
I think it's
Matt Reeves has actually already revealed even the reason for his scarring too. It's like this version of the Joker it's actually a disease he's had since he's a kid. It's not that he fell in acid or anything like that. Yeah.
I don't know why we have to keep reinventing the wheel with the Joker.
Bro, what the fucking fuck?
No, but I'm saying though, if that's the case, then he might not really be like considered the Joker yet. He's just some punk the Batman brought in. Okay, that you're just making it worse.
Because I was at least like semi okay with the fact of, hey, look, he's all scarred up because he must have actually, this Joker fell in a pit of acid, or you know what I mean, or something. Like
Matt Reeves is like, no, this isn't. That's my only grip with the new take on Batman. Is I feel like, and I love it. I'm not like the haters. You know that, obviously. I'm so proud of it. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. But
but the Joker is an important character to.
Yeah, but like,
right.
I think it's weird to me the way Matt Reeves is like, and I think he did an amazing job. Love the guy. Like, but I do think it's weird the way him and even other people are talking about it. It's like, oh no, this isn't like the comic books. We're gonna make Batman grounded and real, and they're talking about it like this has never been done before. And it's like the Dark Knight trilogy is like right there. Yeah. Like, you know, Christopher Nolan did this, and I'm not against them doing it again and a bit different. But it's just weird to me that they're acting like the Dark Knight trilogy isn't a thing. That's weird to me. So yeah, yeah.
Good. Yeah, no good answers.
I went off topic again.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Anthony, if you could pick a franchise,
franchise. Well, back in the day, there was a Nightmare on Elm Street is what I'm going to say real quick, and I'll make it quick so we can move on. Back in the day, there was a Freddy's Nightmares TV show, a little on a cheesy side, but I'm a fan of it. Ideally, I'd like to see a new movie, a fresh movie. But if not, then I would like to see maybe a mini series, and even animated form might be pretty cool, I think. I think that there's some more story there. I'd like to see a fresh take on Freddy Krueger. If they could get Robert Englund back, that would be awesome. Even if it's voice work, if it were an animated series, I've always wanted to see something like that. So that would be my answer for that one.
Nice. Let's see.
Dang. I wonder what the animation would be like if that was to be animated.
It would have to be something like really like warped and sinister looking, I think, especially for the dream sequences, you know?
Yeah.
I would love to see that, man. But,
do you picture 2D or 3D animation?
You know what? After the What If series, I almost wonder what it would look like in that form, but almost. I was originally thinking like traditional animation, but then I don't know, like What If sort of sold me on that look. It's such a unique look, but I don't know.
Wow,
It's a good question.
Speaking of What If, does anyone else like want like different What If shows for like different franchises after Marvel now? Like
Yeah.
Well, I think Star Wars, right? Where Jace, we've talked about this before. Definitely Star Wars. You could call it Visionaries or Visions, whatever the hell you want. But yeah, I think that there's so much fun you can have there if you do a What If Star Wars show or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm gonna say Game of Thrones. I think could have a pretty cool.
Oh, What If you mean?
Yeah, like all the different things that could have. If there's one thing changed in Game of Thrones, like
What if Game of Thrones ended well?
No.
That would be
if like imagine like what if a certain someone didn't come back from the dead when they tried, you know, would have very much changed how things went, things like that, you know. I don't
What
know.
if they followed the books exactly?
Yeah, but like, yeah, I mean like a show that's like doing it not ironically, but yeah.
No, yeah. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but throw this in there. But there is one thing though, actually, and I did mean the big portion of that as a joke. One really cool thing was, oh my gosh, I can't remember what they called her in the books, but Mama Stark. What was her name as far as?
She becomes
Lady Stoneheart.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Lady Stoneheart. Thank you very much. Right,
Yes.
And that seemed like such a unique, cool storyline from the books. It's like, dang, that would have been. I'd love to see a whole like, what if that actually came into the fold?
Yeah, I'd love to see that as a What If episode. Although I've read books and I'm okay that they left that out. Honestly,
Okay. But yeah, for a lot of years, right, we were wondering if that was going to happen. For a lot of years,
I feel like that
the show was on, we were wondering, are they going to bring this actress back? Are we going to get that storyline? But they stopped following the books, you know, and they did their own thing, which is cool too. But
or yeah, they like streamlined it. I think like they cut out things that just they felt were, I guess, maybe too much. I don't know.
Well, and they combined a few characters too. They basically had where it was like two different people, and it was like, you know what, let's just kind of like, you know, make an amalgamation of that into this one person, and then have them take on that storyline, which totally makes sense, by the way. Like, there's so many characters in the books.
I love both of them, but like I think in a lot of ways, despite it being unpopular opinion, I think there's many ways the show's improved the books because it sort of took that massive tapestry and sort of like refined it a bit, you know. So I don't know. That's my take.
Okay, so what are our anticipation levels for Andor? How do we feel about it being 12 episodes long? I'm very excited for it because Rogue One's like one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and Rogue One's coming back to IMAX actually with
oh nice,
some footage of Andor. So in a couple weeks probably then. But no, I'm excited for it. I'm good with it being 12 episodes. I like the setup for it too. They're doing 3 episodes is a year, and then something, or they're doing different. Like season 2 is going to be something else, and then I don't know. They're doing.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think like season 2 is going to be like 3 episodes cover a year or something like that, right? And then episodes, and they want to push us all the way up to like just right before Rogue One.
Yeah, because season 1's going to be. I think season 1 is going to be a year fully, and then
that's all good news because it's like. Yes, they're planning. They have a plan here, and they're executing it. Everything I've been hearing about this sounds awesome. I was always curious as heck about it, so yeah, I am hyped about it.
The trailer looks.
I'm very much looking forward to it. And I know, Jason and I we always want to do streams, and like out of 10 we get to do 1. But yeah, man, I can't wait for Andor to start, and hopefully we can do at least 1 stream on the show. Right, at least 1.
We will, man. We definitely will. Because I'm also hyped for this show. Which is saying something because I remember when they first announced this one, I was just kind of like,
Yeah,
Where like I
was like a Bad Batch. I was like, and then I ended up liking it a lot.
Yeah, and exactly right. There was like a handful of them where I was kind of like, you know what, I'm down for more Star Wars stuff, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But I did remember thinking with Andor, was kind of like, wow, I'm surprised out of all the things they're gonna go towards a show about this. But that is totally me just underestimating it. And you know what? I guarantee that that's what they're hoping. I bet you they went with that with the angle and approach of this is the underdog in the story as well as to the audience. And people are totally just gonna like think nothing of it until we start to put stuff out, and they're going to realize why they should have second guessed themselves a while ago. And I feel like I'm starting to fall into that category where it's like, all right, I'm kind of second guessing myself for the fact that I looked right past this show because the trailers are really impressive.
Yeah.
And I get that that doesn't guarantee anything. There's a lot of impressive trailers that lead to shit, but the scale, there's something about the scale of this show that feels so much larger. Like it feels movie-esque.
Yeah.
And it honestly kind of it saddens me because I feel like that's what Obi-Wan should have felt like, was that type of scale like this seems to be bringing to it. And I feel like it's honestly, it's at such an interesting point in the Star Wars timeline, and it's opening the doors for anyone to be there. Like when it comes down to it, there is nothing that is ruling out Vader, the Emperor, Obi-Wan, Maul. Like there's
stuff too, maybe.
Right. Yeah, there's so many big name characters that would be able to pop up in here, and it would make complete sense, and it would be amazing. And I get they're not going to try and throw everyone in.
Yeah.
But I also feel like they're not going to hold back too much.
Yeah.
And I also agree with you guys that I'm excited that they actually seem to have like a idea of what to do, right? Yeah, a plan, which is what made Star Wars good in the first place, was that there was always originally a plan of what to do, as opposed to the let's make everything up literally as we go, right? Like each day we're shooting, let's just decide something new, right? No, go ahead and let's have actually like a structure of what's happening here. So I'm excited for that.
Yes. Eric, you excited for Andor?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm a little burnt out with just the Disney Plus stuff in general. But I will say that the new trailer looks really good. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of like this. There's so many big shows coming right now, and so there's like the big four basically coming right now. And I know She-Hulk's gonna be the most watched, but it's easily the one I'm least excited for. But yeah, and then Andor's probably third. And then Lord of the Rings is second, and House of the Dragons first. So that's sort of, I don't know. It's all kind of in the shadow of House of the Dragon for me, is the thing.
Yeah. I'm almost glad because there's so many big shows coming. I'm almost glad that like The Boys wrapped up, and Better Call Saul is like my favorite show that wraps up tonight, because there's so much coming.
Yeah, I need to get caught up. I mean, I've seen the first 2 seasons of Better Call Saul. I need to get back to it.
Okay, got it. But yeah, no, it's hard enough to keep up with everything as it is. So.
I can't wait to see the new season of The Boys. I finally got Nassim to start watching The Boys.
Yeah, I think she mentioned it in one of the comments that you guys are watching. So what season are you on now?
So we are on the verge of finishing the first one. I think we literally have just the season finale of the first one, and then we'll be, like as far as off to the races there. But because I'm dying to watch the third. I've seen like tiny bits and pieces, nothing spoilery, thankfully, but tiny bits and pieces. And
you have to be careful. It's a spoilery show that like there are certain big things. So.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, and that's not even without me knowing exactly what's going on. I still know that there's some stuff that falls into that territory. But oh man, I'll tell you what. As much as it was paining me to go backwards at first, because there's me going, I want to watch the new season, but it has been a blast going back and watching the first season again so far, especially vicariously living through her while watching it. You know what I mean? Like literally just turning to her for like some of the stuff that happened, and like that shock factor, and being like, I know, right?
Did you see the thing? I know. It's awesome.
It's a great show, man. I fucking love that show.
Eric, are you a fan of that show? Just curious.
Yeah, I'm all caught up on it. It's really good. I'm not like quite as high on it as some people, but like I enjoy it when I watch it. Sort of. That's sort of where I fall on it. But I think it's good. I don't know. I'll keep watching it.
Yeah, I'm on season 2, so I'm the beginning of season 2. But yeah, I like it. Yeah, this one is for Eric. Well, it's for all of us. But the 3 main rumored names for the new Bond have been pretty much ruled out due to their age, but let's say we're picking between them. Henry Cavill, Idris Elba, and Tom Hardy. Who would you choose?
They'd like all be so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks because probably not going to be any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy with any of them.
Yeah. Me too. But, Henry Cavill and Idris Elba, especially, I think. For me. Both of them. But Henry Cavill, I think, I don't know, would be really good.
Yeah, man. I can't help but throw that in there. Like, I fucking love Henry. I think he's such a good actor, and he's so underutilized.
I mean,
in so many
yeah,
things.
I mean, this, but honestly, the same with Idris Elba.
Yeah,
but
It's a tie for me between those.
I don't know if
first
Idris Elba's well, maybe he's underutilized in a bit of stuff. So that's fair. That's fair because he's amazing too.
Because he's such a great actor, and he's been in so many shitty movies. Still, he's in like another one right now that looks like shit, right? That one,
No,
Beast, or
he's
I mean,
with the lion.
I mean, I think it looks good, but
oh, okay.
I love how Dave's like, nope.
I don't think I even saw the trailer, but I saw the poster, and I'm like, oh no. But like he was in the Suicide Squad, but I don't know. Even that, like, I don't think the role he had in that, it was good. He was good in it, but I feel like he hasn't really had a role that's like really done him justice still, like the way a lot of other actors of his caliber have.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
I feel like Tom Hardy of the three is definitely, even though I think he'd be a great Bond as well. I think, yeah, he'd be my last pick just because he already has so many roles that he's very much like kind of gotten the roles he wants to get, sort of.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, I think, yeah, the deciding factor would be, okay, if Henry Cavill never comes back as Superman, then my pick is Henry Cavill. If he can't be Superman, then make him James Bond.
yeah.
But Elba would be really good too. It's hard.
Yeah.
So, how about you guys?
I know I already mentioned it, so I feel bad, but I just feel like out of all of them, as much as I love Idris Elba, I really do. So it's tough. It's tough. But I feel like Henry Cavill has that perfect, like, suave, type of, like, ambiance to him that it would be able to pull off, like, a different, younger Bond that we haven't quite seen since Pierce Brosnan, I feel like.
yeah. I think either Cavill or Elba, like either one would give us that vibe, but it's hard to pick. I don't know. I'm like tied between those.
Yeah. So I guess we're all tied between those two. But
A little bit. Yeah.
Another deciding factor for me though would be, I don't know. There is a part of me that leans toward Idris Elba, just because as much as I love Henry Cavill, no like hate against him whatsoever. He's perfect as Superman, but I don't think he has, like, compared to some actors, I don't think he has the most range. And that's why something like Superman kind of is perfect. Because Superman's kind of like very.
Have you seen him as Geralt? I feel like that.
I don't feel like I feel like Idris Elba is probably still a better actor, I'm gonna say. And I don't mean that as a knock against Henry Cavill.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I feel like Idris Elba might be able, because especially too, you got to keep in mind. I mean, I know different people have different tastes over which Bond they like, but I'd say Daniel Craig, like, definitely just as an actor overall, is the best one we've had so far, and he's given like the most like kind of, I don't know, beefy performances. I think, like, partly the writing has given him more. They've been more personal stories, but I think you need a really good actor to follow up Daniel Craig, and I feel like I'm a little worried Henry Cavill would fall a bit short of Daniel Craig, whereas I feel like Idris Elba might be able to go toe-to-toe with him more.
No, then totally all fair points. I think the story that you mentioned as far as with Daniel Craig's movies is like the biggest, one of the things I agree with the most, in the sense of, shoot, I feel bad saying this because I think Daniel Craig's amazing. I really do. So it's not to try and take away, but I feel like he was just much more of like a stoic James Bond as opposed to like a charismatic James Bond that we're used to seeing. And yeah, the stories were more compelling and more in-depth and involved than other Bond stories before, and also more continuing, I think, than they were before. But if you had someone else in place there, I think now it complements it even better. If you got the story, did we lose Anthony?
He's gonna be right back.
Oh, all right. Sorry, for a second I was like, oh, is this shit crashing on my end again? I'm not ready for this. But anyway, sorry, Eric. I feel like those are really good points, though. I still agree with everything.
I mean, I feel like we're all kind of split between those two.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think I would just still agree that, like, I don't know, man. I love Tom Hardy. I would have a hard time believing he was Bond.
Yeah, I agree about Tom Hardy. I
don't know. I don't know. He like, that guy's a brawler. I don't know. I bought him.
But I feel Tom Hardy would be a better, different version of like Jason Bourne than 007. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I get
Right,
what you mean,
because
but like
he's much of the more straightforward action person, and where I feel like, dude, with Bond, with James Bond, you need some charisma, you need some personality to be able to bring. You know what I mean? There needs to be that level of like that you want to like be like that guy, but also not have to go through the shit he's going through, and that's the part that I feel like lacks maybe with Tom Hardy there. With,
I mean, and that's like
the tricky thing
just with James Bond though, balancing that, because there are people that want him to be kind of light and just charismatic, like you're saying. But then if you like go back to Ian Fleming, and that's more what they did with the Daniel Craig ones, he's a blunt instrument. That's what he's described as. He's just
true.
He's just sort of happens to be on our side.
But you can make him that way and make it so that he's like, dude, if they did a good job, I feel like they would go ahead and showcase the fact that he's faking his charisma, that he is purely just a blunt instrument to be used like however they see fit, but he's so good at it that he can play the role however he needs to when need to be, and which is why he can be all like suave and again charismatic with the ladies when he needs to, right, to get information that he needs to, or to get an advancement in his position that he needs to. But at the end of the day, that's not like the basis of who he is.
No, yeah, and I'm like, as a fan of the whole franchise, I've seen them all a bunch of times. I don't think there's been a bad one. So like I feel like they all kind of lean one way or the other. But I agree with you. And and Pierce Brosnan does sort of have those qualities, like you're saying, like he can be like just very like charismatic, but also he can have like he can still have a kind of cruel side to him as well, which I think is sort of what you need with Bond. Yeah,
where you like take him seriously.
Yeah. Or like sometimes he's just, like in GoldenEye, you just like Dan just saw GoldenEye for the first time, right? And he like the way I don't know, have you but you know what I mean, Dan, right? Like he can like go from like being kind of suave to just like kind of just dropping Sean Bean 100 feet and being like, no, it's not for England, it's for me.
Yeah, I see what you guys mean. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm definitely with the other two, Idris Elba and Henry Cavill, over Tom Hardy for the new one.
I know a lot of people were picking Tom Hardy when they wanted Christopher Nolan to direct it too, because they were always working together, and people have always wanted Christopher Nolan to do a Bond movie. Okay.
You with Drew, are you guys excited for She-Hulk? We kind of mentioned it. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun. But I'm more like just because it's a Marvel thing. I'm excited for Marvel things, but not too excited sometimes. But I'm excited for it. I think it looks fun.
Yeah, same. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping for the best with it. We'll see which way it goes. Come on, you have to give it a shot.
Anthony used the keywords there. I'm hoping for the best. Because I'll put it this: I am excited. From what I've heard, there's going to be like a lot of cool, fun cameo appearances. And I feel bad because I don't mean to say I'm excited for the show solely for that. I like the idea that that'll be blended into the show, though. I know Daredevil is coming back into the fold, right? Even more so than No Way Home. Like he's coming back as Daredevil with, right? They literally see the suit in the trailer. So I'm super excited about that. And I guess it is funny, though, because when I really think about it all the way through, like I'm much more excited to see almost every other component than just She-Hulk herself. And I feel like that's kind of concerning. And then especially it's also concerning because any of the stuff they've put out, there was like a clip they released recently where it was like showing her and Hulk training. And I don't know, I felt like I was watching it kind of just being like, what's going on here, right? Like, I don't know. I can't feel like I can tell what the tone is of what's happening. They clearly are going for a much more lighthearted, almost comedic feel. And that's fine. I'm not against that whatsoever. That's also very much more Marvel. But still, right, it seemed like out of context, that clip felt like hard to watch a little bit. It was almost slightly awkward. And I'm hoping that in the midst of the show, it's different. But yeah, it's one of those where it's like, I'm like worried to say anything. I'm so worried to be like, oh no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be so good.
Oh, no.
But at the same time, I would not be surprised if it did happen to like stick the landing more than not.
Have you guys liked the trailers and teasers?
I like the.
That's what hasn't worked for me at all. So now it's just like I don't know.
I liked the Comic-Con trailer. I liked it. I didn't mind the first one. It was just the CGI was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been like blown away. I haven't been blown away by Marvel trailers since Wakanda Forever now. But Wakanda Forever was a really good trailer, and I think Wakanda Forever was one of the best trailers we've seen for Marvel in a while. And but no, I haven't been blown away by a lot of the trailers for Marvel in general.
I think actually the Love and Thunder. I mean, regardless of the movie, I like the movie, but I think it had pretty good trailers.
Oh yeah, true.
Yes,
Agreed.
yeah, that was a good one. Yes,
Agreed.
I liked they did good. I didn't care about Multiverse of Madness trailer, to be honest. Some of them, most.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I liked the movie more than the trailers. Actually, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. She-Hulk.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, She-Hulk just. I don't know. I was not big on Miss Marvel, so I don't know. I'm just kind of like. They're just. I don't know. They're feeling more and more just like. I know they are shows, so maybe it's silly to say this, but they're feeling more and more like shows. To me, versus like at first, WandaVision, despite being, ironically about TV shows, felt kind of cinematic to me.
Yeah.
And some of the other ones since that, but like I don't know, they're just more and more feeling like this one feels like some weird. It's got like some sitcom-y vibe. It looks like from the trailers, like.
Yeah, and that's funny because that's what I'm paid for.
And I mean, I know WandaVision's different. It was about sitcoms, but that's not the same as the show actually feeling like a sitcom, and that's sort of what She-Hulk looks like. And not that I can't enjoy a sitcom, but like that's not really what I want out of a Marvel show.
I'm curious how they'll handle her breaking the fourth wall, because they've already shown one example of that in the trailers and everything, and I feel like actually that wasn't horrible. I feel like the way that they had that happen was interesting. It was kind of funny. I actually saw a really funny meme where like when that moment happens in the trailer where She-Hulk like acknowledges the audience, and then it cuts to if you've seen Free Guy, when Chris Evans shows up in Free Guy, and he's just like, and it cuts to him, he's like, what the fuck, or like what the shit, something, right? Yeah, and it cuts to him, but like it's Deadpool's head. All right, so and then, like he sees her She-Hulk making a fourth wall reference, and he's just like, what the shit? It's priceless. Because I am curious, man. It's weird, like when they bring Deadpool into the fold, and now that this is, the second character within the MCU that's doing this, like, are they going to meet each other? Are they both going to break the fourth wall together? Is that going to be like acknowledged further? Like, how far are they going to go with that? Is fucking Kevin Feige about to pop up in the movies and be like, Deadpool is going to pop up with She-Hulk and be like, this is the guy who makes everything.
They're going to cross over with DC by them breaking the fourth wall with Harley in the DC universe.
That actually would be hilarious if Deadpool took Deadpool's the only character I could see believably pulling this off, where he like acknowledges that there's another universe of different superheroes.
Yeah.
Was that in the trailer for Deadpool 2 where he says something like, "Oh, you're so dark"? Are you from like the
are
DC
you from the
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that actually in the movie though? I can't remember. I think it was.
They changed a few of those things. Like the Super Duper fucking cut has different lines. I actually like the lines from the original theatrical cut better.
Wait, there's a more R-rated cut? Because I know there's the PG-13 cut.
Yeah, and then there's a Super Duper.
Okay. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, it's good. But like, they changed some lines. Like, what Sharknado are we on? He asks, what's the bad guy? Cable. What Sharknado are we on now? And like, but I like some of the lines in the theatrical version better. But no, it was good. It was enjoyable. I haven't watched the PG-13 cut. I'm gonna probably watch it at some point, but I mean that's
not curious about it, right? I was curious about that version too. It's just like what, because I didn't hear such good things, but I'm just curious. Like,
yeah, I think I have the PG-13 one on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it. But
I was gonna buy it on Blu-ray. I might still. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I want to cross over with Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, and Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, like because that's what Birds of Prey is basically like a DC's Deadpool, right?
In some ways,
no,
not as for Wally though.
No, exactly. Minus that element, yeah.
I mean, there is fourth wall breaking though in it, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, she talks to the
Talks to the camera.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's more just she's crazy, you know, and she's just talking.
That's
Well, I mean,
Deadpool.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. Yeah, Deadpool. You could say the same thing.
That's like the same as the modern Harley Quinn comics. They pretty much, I think their goal was to make her like DC's Deadpool.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like kind of cool, but also kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like I believe it, and then I don't know.
Congratulations, Angel. Angel's starting high school.
Holy crap, they grow up so fast.
I know.
Congrats, buddy. You're finally a man now.
What's your favorite high school movie? Mine is probably Mean Girls.
Not another teen movie.
Oh yeah, not another teen movie.
Fucking love that movie.
I know, it's so funny. Jace, you definitely, I could definitely see you loving that one.
Yeah, bro, Captain America's in that shit.
I know. Anthony, do you have a favorite high school movie?
God, there was so many in the '80s, so it would inevitably be in the '80s. We probably Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I would go.
Yeah. Oh, guys,
that's a fun, sort of timeless one, at least for me.
Yeah, I wonder if you would count. I love the Jump Street movie, 21 Jump Streets. I mean, they go to high school. I know.
Then yeah, that might go in there. And Superbad.
Yeah, Superbad.
Yeah, that was good too. Yeah, for a more modern movie, yeah, Superbad was good.
Eric could probably
have one.
Eric's over here like I fucking hate high school movies.
I mean, he hates high school. I know because I loved Miss Marvel because of the high school stuff, and he hated it. For that
was just like, I don't know, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
So that was a big Spider-Man movies, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think even the director, who's the director of those movies? Wasn't he saying he was influenced by
John Hughes?
Yeah, by the John Hughes movies and stuff.
Yeah, so John Watts was he was saying he's going for a John Hughes feel.
Yeah, so that definitely fits. It's a good pick too. That was
although I think one of the things that makes No Way Home so much better than the first two is it like mostly ditches all the high school stuff.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Yeah, but Homecoming, I would definitely include that as like a high school movie, sure.
Yeah, and then Lisa's son is also starting high school already. Wow.
They were just youngins.
I know.
Yeah, I just watched her video on for childhood games or something, and I thought she mentioned in that video her son was like 11. Did they go to high school earlier in the UK?
I'm wondering that too because in his pictures he looks younger, and that's the only son I know about.
You know what I'm thinking of as far as Lisa and her videos is there was this certain video that she posted after she did Shooting the Shit with us, where I believe she was. I mean, I'm gonna guess she was intoxicated because she said it a few times, but I don't know. I could be wrong there. And she was like shouting us out and everything. And I don't know. I went to go look at it again for old time's sake, and it's not there anymore. What happened, Lisa?
I know.
Yeah, I need to still go back and watch actually the last time I even missed the last one that was like 3 weeks ago because that's when I was at the wedding that I got COVID from.
Oh no! You see, you should have been home watching Shooting the Shit.
For me missing Shooting the Shit, I finally got COVID the one time I missed it.
Me? See what happens? No.
That's what John says. I can't get past how Puerto Rican Eric was.
I go most days. I go for like an hour-long walk, and then I usually spend my evening just reading outside in my backyard. So,
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's like any spot you can see where it's. I don't know. It's hard to see on the camera, but like I'm like really pale, and then I'm not trying to show off my guns. You see that, right? You see how like pale I am, and then how dark it gets.
Oh wow.
That's a good old farmer's tan right there.
Miss Cup, have any of you seen Sandman on Netflix? I haven't watched it yet, but I
want to see it. I want to see it though.
Yeah, if yes, what are your thoughts? I really enjoyed it, and now I'm working my way through the graphic novels. Yeah, no, I'm interested in it. Especially Shawn said he loved it. A lot of people are giving it praise.
Oh, thank. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Jace, I'm guessing you have not. Have you heard of it at least?
I have definitely heard of it. I have not seen it, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know it's a DC related thing, but I had like absolutely zero interest in this until I heard a bunch of people praising it. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's worth checking out more than I thought.
Yeah.
Because at first it was almost like, well, it's DC, so like, why wouldn't you want to check it out? But then that draws me right back to the point of when we were talking about Gotham, and it's like that doesn't guarantee shit, sadly. So this, I'm willing to give it a shot, right? I definitely want to go ahead and see if it's just a bunch of buzz or if it's actually really decent. So I'll probably be checking it out sooner than later.
But also, Sandman isn't exactly like it's not like a traditional superhero-y kind of DC book either. So it's a little more unique. So at least from what I've seen. But so I definitely want to check it out too to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
I'm kind of with. I don't know. I've kind of had the same response as Jace, except I still didn't really get interested. I don't know.
Okay. Oh well.
I'm definitely not like jumping at the big
too. And I'm like probably the most into DC here. Possibly. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm more of a DC guy than Marvel, which is so. I don't know. Might be the only one here that's. I'm not sure. What about you, Jace? Are you like? Because I know you.
It depends on the media that we're talking about. So as far as comics, I actually prefer DC comics over Marvel a lot of times. As far as the animated material, I very much prefer a lot of DC's animated stuff over Marvel's animated stuff. As far as the live action movies, I absolutely prefer Marvel over DC. I don't know what other kind of outlets there could be to compare it. Video games, maybe. I don't know. But even then, I guess I'd still probably go with DC because the Arkham games are like the shit. And
porn parodies? What about porn parodies?
Porn parodies, also, I'd probably go ahead and give it to DC. They seem to knock it out of the park. They also have a lot more variety in that field. If you don't believe me, go ahead and check it out. You'll find there's
some links in our. There's some links in our comment section, I think. To the
yeah, there should be. Oh wait, I might have blocked those. So you might have
go back and unblock them, I guess.
No, yeah, but no. Otherwise, for the rest of the stuff, that's what I would say. So,
but your favorite, or your favorite characters though, right? Are like Batman and Joker? Are you like me, like that, or?
Yeah, I'd say out of everything, when it comes down to it, like my favorite hero, and I know it sounds weird, but like not superhero, but hero, right? As far as Batman, because he just doesn't have superpowers, and I sometimes get over technical.
I mean, Batman's a superhero. Like, I mean, he's considered one of the most iconic of them all, so he's got to be a superhero, right?
True. But even when I would say like as far as like hero itself, I'd say Batman, villain, or even just character overall. Joker is my favorite of everything ever, and then that's like if we were even to get into like superhero. It's like still tough because like I go back and forth a lot between like Flash or the Hulk or whatever. But point is, a lot of where I lean towards in my main preferences still kind of very much leans towards DC.
Yeah, So
which is why I get so saddened that they can't get their shit together in the live action department.
Oh,
yeah. I know, but like I'm just still okay. No, I can't go on another rant about DC. I was about to.
Another DC rant time.
Jace, I loved in Super Pets when Lex Luthor's like, oh, I was supposed to give me superpowers, and Batman's like, they're overrated, and then punches him in the face.
Bro, first of all, yes, and second of all, for anyone that is not too sure about that movie, trust me, you've never realized how much you needed Keanu Reeves as Batman until you see that movie.
I've actually always thought he would be a good Batman.
Yeah.
He's a couple actors phenomenal voice for Batman.
I miss my family. I miss my parents. And then I love when these aren't really spoilers. I mean, it's Super Pets, but
I'm not worried about. I mean, I expect it to be spoiled.
Cyborg they change his battery. Like he has a big D battery, and then one of them is like, "Is that really how that works?" or something like that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see it. Like, I think I'll have a good time with that one.
It's a fun time. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, Lego Batman was probably the most. I haven't liked it as much on rewatches, but in the theater, it was probably the hardest I've ever laughed throughout a movie.
Which one?
Lego Batman.
Yeah, that was
probably that and the first Lego movie are the two movies I've like laughed throughout the entire runtime.
That was really good. Lisa kind of added to the poster conversation. Nosferatu has a great poster. It does. I just watched it the other day. I'm not as big on it as a lot of people are, and that could be, the gap between me and that's 100 years old, and it's a silent movie. I appreciate the film, and I usually, even a movie that I don't like, I try to come up with positives for it.
I actually just like ordered them on Amazon. I thought it was finally time. I watched like the old Batman serials from like the 40s.
Oh yeah,
like they're not supposed to be good whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I just need to see them at this point, so I ordered the DVD. By the way,
yeah,
so
nice. Yes, the Back to the Future one's awesome. I love the Back to the Future. Yes,
and I think that was another Drew. I think that was Drew Struzan. I think for Back to the Future as well. I could be wrong, but I have to look. Like I was talking about the artwork or the illustration.
that was a cool thing about older movie posters, that they weren't just like photographs; they were like paintings.
Yeah, that's why I love it. Yeah, because the illustrations, or paintings.
Yeah. I agree with this. The Nun wasn't that good, but the poster's actually pretty cool. Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho had a great poster. Yes. The 1970s. Oh, Struggles Reviews. Hey, Tyra.
Hey,
what's going on?
And this was a while ago, but so she might not be on anymore.
Well, thank you for coming, though.
Yes, thank you. Yes, the 1970s had some good ones.
Yeah.
The poster for Logan Few, that was cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this one's a good one. What was your first introduction to an R-rated movie or a movie that introduced you to more violent movies? Mine would be Gretel and Hansel, then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then Blade Runner.
So I think I don't know. I think I know this
Yeah.
one. I remember. I guess here we have like a different rating system. So some things that are rated R in the States are like 14A or whatever here. And then our version of R is basically 18A. So I can remember the first one that was like R in the States, but like 14A here. And then I can remember the first full like 18A one I went to. So the first one that was like 14A, but like still an R-rated movie, really in by the MPAA or whatever, was that I saw in theaters at least, was No Country for Old Men.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that with my parents. It took me, they're like, oh, it won Best Picture. Let's go see it as a family.
Oh, jeez.
So there's that. And then like about a year later, I wasn't at first allowed to see it, but then I just kept begging my parents. And then I got really into it and was Watchmen was like the first like 18A one. So that was that one I saw in theaters. And yeah, it was a little traumatizing, but it was like pretty great.
How old were you when you saw that one?
Well, I guess I was like 12, about to turn 13. Yeah, I know, it's not too bad, but so yeah.
I still haven't seen No Country for Old Men. I'm
Jace,
so disappointed in myself.
That reminded me, Jace, that was one of your videos. That was one of your videos.
I think that was one of the ones that I mentioned in that video. So shit, if that's not fate telling me to watch that movie.
I just watched it recently-ish, but yeah, no, it was good. It's good.
Yeah, it's real good. So you have something good to look forward to.
I haven't seen it like almost since back when it came out, but I think I put it on Netflix one day, and then I got put on for a few minutes, and it's not that it wasn't good, but I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this right now.
I feel like I'm just gonna watch it and wonder when the Westworld shit's gonna start popping up. Like I feel like now every Western that I watch is just gonna be like, are these people even real? Are they just androids? What?
It's a 1970s Westworld movie too. You might be curious about.
So it was direct. That's what the show's based on. It wasn't. I actually thought it was a book at first because the movie was directed by Michael Crichton, right? Who's like an author who wrote Jurassic Park and everything. And he wrote the script. He just made a script, and that was Westworld. And it's an okay movie, but it's like kind of fun B movie.
Yeah. I think there's Future World too. I think there's a sequel to it as well. I haven't seen.
There's a couple. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, they definitely didn't go the route with the show.
Yeah, no,
later seasons that they went say with the sequels to the movie.
I still really want to watch the original one though. I didn't know that existed. I went to go search something up, and then I realized I was like, why are there two different Westworlds on HBO Max? And then I was like, oh my God, there's a movie. So yeah, I just for curiosity's sake, at some point, I'm definitely going to check the movie out.
Yeah, no, I think that's about how except it was a little further back, like a couple years. Same thing. I'm like, wait a minute here. I didn't know that there was an original movie, but
Yeah,
I'm just so happy that Jace has started watching Westworld. It's like a whole
that's
whole
cool.
other thing, and eventually it'll like pressure Dan into it. It'll be great.
I don't know.
And then maybe, just maybe, one day we'll get John to watch Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
Oh, geez.
And Jace,
No, it would be fun because he's so much fun in the Star Wars.
I mean, from what I've heard, though, like they are telling you. I mean, of course they want you to watch it, but like they are saying, like even the people like making the show are saying, like you don't really have to watch Game of Thrones to watch House of the Dragon.
Oh, of course. Why would you? Right? Yeah.
I mean, depends how they present it. If they do it as like, because even like, because you look at the Hobbit movies, they're a little weird to watch if you've never seen Lord of the Rings, because it's like.
But you can though. Because it's completely prequels. Like, you appreciate it more if you've seen The Lord of the Rings, but it doesn't mean you can't just watch it on its own. No, it's not like nothing will make sense, or I mean, it's not like nothing won't make sense. Like, that's the thing. So he could absolutely watch House of the Dragon first, and like,
I just mean though, like, is it just gonna start like we're back in that time period, or is it gonna start? I don't think it is, but I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, if it started like, say it starts out and we're like back at the end of Game of Thrones and Bran's just chilling. And he's like, hey, Tyrion, do you wanna like go like, or I don't know. What if it's like, what if the whole story could be told from Bran's point of view?
And that's fine. But then what you have is a very brief moment for the audience members to go, who the fuck was that? But they have a whole series to find out. You know what I mean? So like,
that just kind of like connected in my head, like, oh man, what? Like, it's like it could not just be the characters telling the story, and it goes back. Bran could literally go and walk through the whole series. I'm just thinking that now.
Interesting, yeah.
Okay.
Miss Cub says, was the original Stephen King rated R? She saw
the original. It was a TV movie, so I don't think it had a movie rating. So I don't know what it would have been rated, but it was a TV movie, so that's hard to say.
Yeah, because I know they took stuff out because it's a TV movie. They couldn't do some stuff, so it might be TV-14 or like something like that. Let's see. Okay, so this is back to the question, like, what do you wish? Like, our question of the day. As a fan of Pixar, I still wish that Disney Pixar would have continued working on the Monsters, Inc. sequel, prematurely titled Lost in Scaradise. It was supposed to be a story of Mike and Sully looking for Boo in the human world, but the room now belongs to an old lady. They get locked into the human world and have to find a way to escape and find Boo. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that all sounds pretty cool, potentially.
Yeah. By the end, we find out the old lady was Boo.
Oh, what?
That all sounds potentially good. It's a shame it went up,
I know.
Wait, so is it that they've been dodging the old lady the whole time, and then like she finally catches them or some shit?
I don't know.
Because if they interacted with the old lady, it'd be weird if she was Boo and didn't mention anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
although she was a young girl, maybe she. I mean, I think you would remember that, but yeah.
Yeah, you'd kind of remember some fucking monsters coming out of your closet.
Yeah.
So it's been like that big of a time jump that Boo is just.
Yeah, I guess so.
That much.
Yo, then that's nuts, because then it's like, how does time work in Monsters?
Well, why did they wait so long to go look for her?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, but did they wait so long, or does it that time moves differently where they are?
Maybe, yeah.
That's what it feels like it would be. I guess we'll never know.
That sounds a lot like Lightyear.
Oh man, fucking Lightyear.
Is Dan the only? Have you seen it, Jace?
I have finally seen it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't like it, Jace?
Not a fan.
No, I did actually. I thought it was pretty decent.
Okay.
I'll put it this way: it's tough because I can't say after watching it. Yeah, no, exactly right. It's not what it should have been. I'll put it that way.
Like it should have been like Star Wars, but animated.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no way. I shouldn't say there's no way. I don't believe that a child Andy would have watched that movie and then become obsessed with Buzz Lightyear afterwards. It just that does not seem plausible to me.
They should. I mean, yeah, more like the old Buzz Lightyear cartoon from 2000 seems more like what would have got him hooked. And that one feels way more canon.
Well,
Even
it
though
does. And here's the thing. What I can't get over is I do appreciate Chris Evans and his, ability to kind of take on a role like that. Like, it's right. He's a good fit for it. But at the end of the day, and I was watching it with Nassim, and both of us just kept saying this over and over. It's just like we just kept hearing Chris Evans, though. I kept hearing Captain America because he's using his Captain America cadence of when he's speaking, when he does the buzz voice. And I swear, dude, this just goes to show how little subtle changes could go a long way, especially with anything, but with voice acting. If he would have just made an effort to do a slightly gruff version, you know how like Tim Allen has that part in his voice, right?
Yeah,
I
but
would have
then
liked
got Tim Allen.
No. I'm saying like I trust me, I know what you mean, but I don't think so. I think that it would have been nice to hear Chris Evans do that and not go full Tim Allen, but do it in a way that where it makes sense. Like if Tim Allen is doing the voice of the toy, why is he doing his voice like that? If it's an accentuated version of Buzz, then why doesn't the original Buzz even sound slightly like that? So I would have liked if he would have just had like a bit, right? Not over the top, just a bit of gruffness to it, right? Something in the voice that would have had a little bit more like, and not to go over the top, right? He doesn't have to sound like he's smoking a pack of cigarettes every day, but just something there to add to the gravitas of his voice, if you will, that made it match up with the toy just a smidgen more.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. Although, yeah, he was probably, he was far from my biggest issues with the movie though. But but I agree. I mean, I was just more like the story was just kind of like,
Yeah, agreed. I also thought it was funny to switch Zurg from being his dad to.
It's okay.
I didn't like what they did with Zurg.
Yeah.
I can agree.
Yeah, I know. I kind of was just like, I mean, that's cool, but then also like not at the same time. I liked when Zurg was just Zurg.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it was weird because it didn't like incorporate like the little green guys or anything, like they were supposedly part of the Buzz Lightyear franchise, or I think they were supposed to.
Oh, I didn't think they were.
Well, they're in the old Buzz Lightyear cartoon. They're characters.
Oh.
So they're like what he always has to go and rescue.
Is Sox is not an old cartoon, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They just added new things that felt like it didn't feel like a movie.
That was to sell toys. Sox was just to sell toys.
Yeah.
No, and here's the thing. I loved Sox. I actually thought Sox was like one of the best parts of the movie. I'm not going to lie. However, and this was another thing that Nassim and I kept saying throughout the whole movie, Sox just felt like R2-D2 if he could talk. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that as a complaint. I just mean like it didn't feel quite as original. And to be fair, even in Toy Story, they showcase that a lot of the Buzz stuff takes influence from Star Wars, so that's fine. I'm not trying to hate on it.
No, I wish it was more like because like that old show, I wish it was more like Star Wars.
Yeah, maybe if they leaned a little bit more heavily into it, I wouldn't be against it as much. But yeah,
like Star Command in that old show, there's like there's beings from different planets and everything, right? Are all part of it, like in Star Wars, right? It's like different races from different planets coming together. It's not just all humans. Like
and
movie.
True, I feel like they went for a very much Star Trek approach with the whole Star Command and everything, and
yeah.
But still, nonetheless, it proves the point of what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think of Black Adam? First of all, hi, Horror Flicks with Nick.
Hey,
man.
The trailer to me looks so lifeless and bland, like a 2005 superhero movie. And I agree. I thought it looked like an old, early 2000 superhero movie.
Okay, let's keep. I mean, I just always want to state though, like I know people throw that out, but like we still did get the first two X-Men and first two Spider-Man in the early 2000s, which are pretty good movies,
Yeah, but it just looks bland and generic. I don't know.
I think it might suck, but at the same time, I'm excited. I think the idea of an anti-hero could be cool, like, other than Deadpool. An anti-hero that's actually playing it straight. That's not something we've gotten a lot of recently, I don't think. So maybe that could be cool.
Maybe.
I'm excited to see Pierce Brosnan back in like a big franchise. And it'll be like basically 20 years since he's been James Bond. when this comes out. Like it was like November 2002, the last time he was James Bond.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be more or less like, I don't know. So I'm yeah, honestly, but that's not the best reason to be excited for the movie. So that's not really a good sign, and that's what I'm most excited about. I'm way more excited for Pierce Brosnan in it than I am The Rock. So
I love The Rock, but yeah, no, I get what you mean. Jace, so you have any interest? I mean, I have the interest because it's superheroes. You know, I'm excited for any superhero stuff. But what do you think of Black Adam?
No, yeah, I'm still anticipating it, right? My excitement for it is questionable. And it's strictly because like it's tough. I have mixed emotions. I feel as far as casting goes, I think The Rock is a phenomenal choice for Black Adam. I really do. I think it's spot on, and I cannot state how excited I am just to have him as that character. Sadly, what's been shown of the movie so far, there's been nothing to make me go like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, they're going to bring it. Like, this movie's just going to kill it. Oh, my God. People should be worried. Yo, fuck Marvel. I don't have any of those feelings or thoughts or even close to that. It's almost like how, Eric, when you were bringing up, like, being a little bit more interested about other elements, and it's kind of like when we were talking about She-Hulk, like I'm interested in other elements more so than I am actually She-Hulk herself. This one's a little bit different. I am still very much excited to see Black Adam, but it then like, I don't know, man, there's a part of me where it's like, I'm cool with the fact that they want to build stuff up, but then it's like, you've got the sequel to Shazam and this movie coming out, two heroes, well, an anti-hero and a hero that have the same power set because they derive from the same source. And yet they have two separate movies that don't acknowledge each other, at least from what's been mentioned. That could obviously be different as time goes on, but it's just weird. And I feel like adds to the whole convoluted.
And they're coming out like back to back too.
Right. You know what I mean? And it's just.
What is it with DC? Why? I forget it. Let's not go down that.
No. I agree, man. It's just like what I don't get it, man. I don't get what they're doing over there, or what the thought process is. So again, like that in itself makes me feel a little bit more like, what about it? Plus, I don't know. There's been some details, like ever since the trailer dropped, they release like these things about like different details, in things, features, if you will, about some of the heroes that accompany Black Adam in the movie, and everything just feels like it's kind of like a beefed up CW show. And I unfortunately don't mean that in a complimentive way.
How could it be?
I don't know, man. So it's like, it's weird. Again, I have mixed emotions. I am anticipating it. I'm just not sure how excited I am. Like I am, but I'm not at the same time. I'm in the middle.
It'll still be a masterpiece compared to anything that's ever aired on the CW. No matter what.
At least that much.
I love the Skarsgårds as well. And Strange Monkey Reviews. Hey guys, I'm stopping by to say hello. Hey,
how you doing?
Thank you for stopping by about a while ago. But thank you. Yeah, we're getting just no more comments, guys, because we are wrapping up. But thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for all the comments.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Y'all the best.
Question for everyone: what James Franco performance do you like more? 127 Hours or The Disaster Artist? The Disaster Artist. 127 Hours is really good though. Also, he's a hot topic. I think he's canceled, I believe. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know. Has that been like? I thought it was like kind of the verdict still kind of
maybe
in the air. And everyone, I don't know. I don't really know the details, so
I don't know the details all that much either.
I don't know, because I feel like there's people that are like canceled, and then there's people that are like, oh well, we're gonna see. That's that's how I feel like
we're gonna see.
Who's coming up with these lists? I don't know. I don't know.
That's just how I
Twitter, isn't it?
Like it's like he's canceled for now. And we don't know if he's like fully going into the vault. Kevin
Full cancellation yet? Okay.
Well, 17 hours, and I think I'm gonna go. No, I totally understand, Schofield. Yeah. We're wrapping things up right now.
Great questions all night. Thank you, Schofield.
Have a good day, everyone. Yes, everyone, have a good day. Have a good night. We're gonna do the 80s freeze frame.
Oh my God.
Real quick, let's get rid of these banners though. And let's freeze frame. All right, let's get going. Whew.
Eric has the best one.
Eric, good job.
Actually, Jace's is pretty awesome too.
Yeah,
Ah.
mine was.
Mine, I had to tilt my head up a little. Anyway. Jeez. Oh, we have some tongue action going. All right.
Damn it, Eric held is longer than mine.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm gonna put you up on the screen and have, you shout your channel out, talk about your channel.
Brag about yourself, bruh.
Yes, one. Let's put you on the screen. Solo layout.
Okay, well, yeah, it's been fun being. Oh,
nope.
That's enough.
Yeah. My just Eric Thorpe Reviews, and I might do some more videos. I don't know. The Batman one kind of burnt me out, but if you haven't checked it out, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, but you'll always see me in the Shooting the Shit live chat.
Yeah. Usually talking about all the stuff we talked about tonight. Pretty much. And all channel links will be in the description below. Eric, all of ours. Let me remove you from exit.
I was just like, am I supposed to say more? Or?
Yeah, bro, it's your stream now.
All right, and next we will go to the man, the myth, the legend. I don't know why I'm saying it slow.
There we go.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Eric over at Eric Thorpe Reviews. I've been a little burnt out since the Batman review, so I don't know how much I'm going to have coming recently, but no, I'm just joking. But please go check out Eric. He's always been a great guest, and we're more than happy to have him on. And although it may have been a little bit since he's put something out, a lot of fun stuff to be able to go check out the discussions in his channel. Now, as far as myself, if I were to cheesily self-plug myself, go ahead. Weird name that's on the screen here, Burja Rocar. Check it on out. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, do it. There's a wide variety as far as live streams, probably the most recent stuff, skits that happen to be on there. So if you're looking for a quick little chuckle, maybe, just maybe, I might be able to provide that for you, as well as some reviews as well. So a lot of stuff that's coming in the works. It's one of those where it's been such a mixed bag of different things that I feel hesitant to promise exactly what's on the way. But what I can promise is that things are on the way, folks. So go ahead, subscribe, hit that notifications bell so you see what's coming your way. And then I won't even have to tell you what's going on because you'll just see it. All right? It makes it that much easier. So thank you all in advance. You're the best. Cheers. Love yous. On to the next person.
Let's see who's next.
Oh,
I almost removed you.
God damn it. I thought it was going to stay on me.
How you doing, guys? Well, first and foremost, Eric, thank you so much for being here. It was great. And it's just great being back. It's always great being back with you guys. My name is Anthony from Fever Dreamland Theater. Thank you, everybody who's watched and stuck with us this long. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And stop by my channel if you want to hear me rattle on and on and on and on about Twilight Zone or some 80s horror movies. It's all good. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Dan, great job tonight too, man. Good job. And Jace, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you feel the love tonight?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And that was something. And fuck you for playing that clip right now.
Jace,
You
I
can
just
go suck yourself.
Jace, I just wanted to play that clip, so it was no matter what you were about to do, I would have done.
I'm sure.
But, I'm not gonna get up on screen and say everything, but subscribe to me if you want. And yeah, hopefully I'll have a Jurassic World Dominion review.
Yes.
Yo, he's about to release the best Jurassic World Dominion review you ever seen.
No. But yeah, all channel links will be in the description. And good night, everyone. Thank you, Miss Cub. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.